What's up, guys?
My man Luke getting it in. What's good?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a little drawing tonight.
No doubt.
Yeah,
How's
I
my
have no
mic?
idea
Can
what
you
I'm gonna draw
feedback?
though yet.
Oh, you don't know what you want to draw yet? I was
Yeah.
thinking, I was thinking you can draw Heather Swain from Ethan Van Sciver's universe because
Oh, I
Heather
could.
Antos. Look. Here's a thought pattern, right? Because Heather Antos was talking a whole bunch of junk.
Oh
What I'm
no.
saying the past couple of days. Right, she said something real off kilter. You guys remember when? Let me see, 2016 through 2017, our community, whether it's Comics Gate or the independent, disgruntled comic sphere in general, we were all saying a bunch of things. Part of what we were saying was, hey, we need to keep extreme politics and political identity out of our comics.
Oh yeah.
But we said a whole bunch of other things like, hey, these mom and pop shops, people are losing their jobs. How about we make comics that will actually sell so that these people don't have to, the mortgage goes unpaid and the kids get kicked out of college for no tuition, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
We had a whole litany. We had a long list of things, like, for lack of better words, a list of demands.
Yeah.
Part of that was, hey, how about the creators of the things you enjoy? How about you give them a stake in it? How about you compensate them properly for what they create? So over the course of,
It's a
I would
crazy
say, though,
idea.
you're crazy, right?
It's silly.
Really out there, really out there. So over what I've observed over the course of the last year and a half, these same people who ignored my black ass, ignored my friends, gay, female ass, and literally said, "Hey, you straight white cis males, shut your Nazi mouths." Right?
Yeah.
When these things were happening, that's what they said. And over the last couple of years, they've been repeating the same stuff that we said, and they're taking credit for it. So that brings us to Heather Antos, who
Yeah. Okay.
recently she said something like, "Let me see." It was a response to Kevin Feige. No, someone doing a hypothetical. If you were Kevin Feige for one day, what would you do? And then Heather Antos plucked one of our list of demands from 2016. Straight up said, "Yeah, I would compensate these creators for what they." I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't have the tweet in front of me. I would compensate the comic creators for the stuff they created. Head explode, like, really? So you really took our talking points and you're passing it off as yours now. And when I heard it, I knew immediately it was a trap because
Of
the
course.
Tom Hardy meme. That's a trap. You-
I use that one all the time.
yeah. Immediately, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and sidestep this bear snare here. But
It's
a lot of people in our community just like tap dance all across that
they can't help it.
minefield, man.
Sometimes they can't help
Mhm.
themselves.
Yeah, they can't help themselves. I was like, dude, why did you guys respond to her? This was obviously a trap. And there's this girl who seems to be kind of like a concern troll, Vicky Verse. She acted
Oh,
like she didn't know
Oh
what the hell
no.
we were talking about. She's like,
Mhm.
I don't see how that's a trap. You'll need to be more. I'm like, that's weird. That's some concern trolling there, lady. But
I'll talk to you
my
about that off air. I heard some.
yeah,
That's speaking of
my
Antos.
idea because I had started. I have a lot to do, but you can't let. What is it? The SJW say never let a tragedy go unexploited or something like that. No, never let a tragedy go to waste. So going by that axiom, I'm actually making some Heather alternatives. Let me see. I'll be looking for Heather Locklear, and I'll be drawing Heather Swain from Ethan's universe. I'm
Yeah.
looking for other Heathers and be like, these are the Heathers I'm familiar with. I don't know what the fuck a Heather Antos.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why my suggestion is Heather Swain here. But I saw you were looking at really good looking published work. And there was one I don't know if it was Ace something, and that
Yeah.
stuff looked really good. And you remarked that it looked
did
good
look good.
too. I was like, yeah, I agree.
It did look good. I don't know what I just started. I kind of was throwing this down kind of before
Huh.
I got started earlier, but I don't know who this could be.
She got
Supergirl.
big hips,
She does.
long in the legs.
You could make a Peregrine. Peregrine is one of Comics Gate's better looking not femme fatales, but like superheroines.
Also,
She looks like
was fiddling around with this.
ooh, nice.
But isn't Peregrine kind of like a non-starter right now because of issues amongst the community?
Yeah, I would probably say that.
Wait, she's what?
So, I mean, far be
Wow.
it from me to. Apparently, there's something like going on with the production of it.
Oh, okay. People been waiting forever for it. All right.
Or I really don't know what I'm talking about. I just know that I've heard some shade.
Well, to be honest, though, we need to. All right. I'm gonna phrase this in a way. There's no better way to phrase it. So when black people run into this video, I'm gonna get called all kind of coons. But
That's unfortunate.
yeah, that is pretty unfortunate. But I'd like for Comicsgate to avoid the pitfalls that the black community keeps bumping into with black conservatives, right? So it seems like the white community, the European American community, they embrace their villains. So people like Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, Billy the Kid, these are outlaws. These are thieves and crooks and murderers and gangsters. Yet we get tattoos of them. We get movies made of them, right? We quote them. Like, as Lucky Luciano once said, business is business. Shit like that. But when it comes to the black community, if we have a villain, I mean, the whole thing with George Floyd notwithstanding, but if we have like a criminal, we tend to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So like, what do you call that guy? Bumpy Johnson? People like, oh, why are you looking up the criminals? Well, look, other communities, they eat the meat and they spit out the bones. What that translates to for me is if we have great characters in Comicsgate, and there's a little bit of controversy going on with either the creator or the character itself or the production value or the production pipeline being a little bit late or this, that, and the third, I don't think we should abandon that IP, in my opinion. All right. So I think, family's family. We should go in there, get in their ass like, hey, why is this late? Why are you saying? Like, give them, when you and your family got an issue, right? Do you let strangers spank your kid? Nah, right? If a stranger put their hands on your kid, you let them know what the deal is. Like, yo, you don't ever put your hand on my boy. But then when you get home, you're like, then you give them like, don't you ever, right? So that's my opinion on that. Like, if there's a problem with Peregrine or whatever, whether it's the book being late or whatnot, I don't think we should, make the creators an outcast or anything like that.
Doing that. They're just hanging back.
Okay.
Sometimes you just hang back.
And let things play out a little bit. Yeah.
I mean,
let them get the act. Yeah.
I guess my main thing is I'm not sure if it's been in fulfillment yet or what issue they're on, but I don't know.
It's one book.
Okay.
So far, and there's a little trouble with people getting their books.
Gotcha.
And Piper, my editor, is actually on that
And,
book.
and do they know where in the production pipeline the blockage is? Is it
the-
already like
They have been doing updates, but I guess the update stopped a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's best not to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'd rather not talk about
I
it.
hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
So, all right. So I'm trying to find this. Okay.
So
'Cause
who
I'm-
can we let me while you guys talk, I'm gonna go sift through some Comicsgate stuff and see what we can. Does it have to be Comicsgate? What you drawing?
No, it doesn't. No,
Could be all
anything.
right, cool. But I don't want to actually exalt the stuff that's
Mhm.
already out there, like famous already, like Supergirl, whatnot. So I'm gonna look through our stuff. Through, but again, let me not interrupt. Let me go do this right now.
This little She-Hulk.
Yeah, see, that's what I was hoping not. See, She-Hulk, that's Marvel, right?
Yeah.
And then like I don't think they need more advertisement or advertisement, right? So I would have preferred something that's from you or from who's the
Just
guy
didn't
who
get a
made
lot of
Perfect
responses
who made
today.
Perfect 10? Oh, people, a lot of responses. They said She-Hulk.
I didn't get a lot of responses today.
Yeah, but look when you posted it like an hour and a half
Yeah.
ago.
Well, I didn't know I was gonna be able to do one today.
All right,
It just
you gotta you gotta
depends
give
on
us
my
more
work
time.
schedule.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'm a slave driver. What can I say? Just kidding. Just kidding. By the way, it's nice to meet you. Actually, like on the stream.
Oh, nice to meet you, man. You talking to me, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So
Yeah,
so
nice to
what?
meet you.
So what's your handle on here? Because I like you seem to go by different names.
Oh, you mean on YouTube? I'm Brotep the N-word nerd.
Okay.
It's the only
Brotep.
N-word you can say. You know what I'm saying? Being outside the culture. So I'm
Right.
Brotep the nerd. Let me change your name real quick. So edit the name.
Of course, I don't think I can see anybody but myself.
Oh, you can't see the names? Oh, okay. All right.
No, I've got just the art up.
Yeah. So it's all good.
Yeah, but on Twitter, I'm the Pencil Pimp.
Yeah.
You know, I primarily work in pencil, but on here, I'm Brotep the N-word nerd.
Well, I'm
Ooh,
Agent Zero everywhere because apparently I tried to change my moniker to Turtle Punk and that was just not gonna work. Because everybody knows me by Agent Zero at this point, so I might as well just stick with it. Throw comics at the end and call it a day. I mean, heck, some people don't even know my real name. They don't really read my Twitter @ so
Oh, okay.
it's like it's hidden in plain sight. It's interesting to me.
There's something. Actually, maybe I shouldn't mention it here. You don't know what kind of bottom feeders might be trolling through, and they might steal the idea. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, to make the idea work, they have to do a lot of work, and if they're bottom feeders, they're lazy anyway. Otherwise, they wouldn't be bottom feeders. So, the idea I got is, let me see. I'm gonna start this right now. Is Comicsgate redraws, right? So whenever they come out with any of this trash, I think people in Comicsgate, rather than drawing random stuff, because I see random drawings of Spider-Man and stuff like that, rather than drawing random stuff, we redo. I think it'll bring more eyes onto the artist's work, and more, I would say, more interest into the community, right? So I forgot what it was that one of these guys drew some sort of thing. I made a post about it where basically I said, Marvel, you used to be like the leader, one of the leaders, and illustration, and they went from Olivier Coipel and Jim Chung and Stuart Eminem to, basically artwork that your niece drew that's gonna go on the refrigerator under a magnet, right?
Mm.
If they come out with designs like that, and then we kind of like redraw it, or like the Hulk, like you see here, the She-Hulk.
Mhm.
See how she's sexy but still muscular? Well, that's a redraw. I mean, technically John Byrne did it first. So, but like right now, that's a redraw. So, we all come up with a female Kamala Khan. Was it Kamala Khan?
Yeah.
Kamala Khan or Kamala Khan.
Make
Whatever.
it better.
Miss Marvel, right? I want to redraw that uniform because I'm not a fan of that character to begin with. I really, really dislike her. But if you're gonna do a female Muslim character who's not basically the ninja style female Muslims, with all the coverings, if you're gonna do like she can show her hair and face and have an outfit, why not go all out, make her look great? Okay. A funny story about the female Muslim thing. Around where I live, the black female Muslims, they wear that stuff. I don't know if it's called a hijab, niqab, whatever. They wear that stuff like it's spandex. Why wear it?
Oh,
the whole spirit of wearing the niqab and the hijab was to not attract men, right? The male gaze, right?
Yeah, I think
So that you don't tempt the male spirit to go in that direction.
right.
But then you're stepping out there looking like Black Widow, like that. I don't know if it's legal to take pictures of people without their consent on public streets, but I would like to take a picture of how these women walk around, these black Muslim women walk around where I live at, so you can see like it's basically your dominatrixes with a veil. That's not Islam. You know what I mean? But that She-Hulk's looking good, man. If that's She-Hulk, is that She-Hulk?
So far it is.
All right.
Yeah, I really like Jennifer Walters.
Mm.
I hate to say it, but yeah, like I hate to say it. I hate to see what's come of all this new Marvel stuff. And when I say new, I mean in the past decade.
Yep.
They've definitely been slipping big time.
So, or I can make GemShock. I just realized that. I mean, she'd have to be a little bigger.
I'm not sure you want to do that to yourself. That's a lot of diamond rendering.
That's not bad.
Oh, man.
That's a lot of diamond rendering. That's I did quite a few fan art of GemShock, and that takes all day. It like my fan art is supposed to be like warm-ups between my commissions. I do fan art of a particular character from our community, and when I do it, what's supposed to be a warm-up 10-20 minutes, an hour and a half, that ends up taking all day. So like it defeats my whole purpose of doing them. So I don't know. Wait, you're doing it in digital, so you can probably copy and paste elements if you.
Yeah, I don't know that I need to though.
Because doing all those gems, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, damn it, Mandy. I know diamonds are girls' best friends, but you know what I'm saying, you went overboard. People were really like, they were going at Mandy. They were like, you're selling smut.
I mean,
that shit was funny.
you're not wrong,
They're like, you out here selling smut.
but you're not. But you're not.
Like a street version of what they said. Like they don't speak like I do. Obviously, they verbalize that shit different. But basically, they were like, yeah, you know, basically they were saying, she for the streets. I mean, she for the streets. Like you drawing a hoe.
Mm.
And then I was like, whatever sells. And it's classy. Like the character's classy. But then I found out that some of them were saying you selling smut. They were talking about Mandy herself. Like, yeah, you showing your cleavage. And I was like, yo, the fuck?
I mean,
why are you hating the player? Hate the game. Because, like,
right?
Look, I respect Mandy on a whole different level after the last couple of, I'd say, weeks, right? Because it seems like she's laser focused. Whatever the hell she says, does, or thinks, it funnels right into GemShock, right? So if she's telling you, happy birthday, it's happy birthday, go back GemShock. Lovely day today, go back GemShock. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So she did. I think she. I don't know what the story was. Didn't even see the video. Just saw the backlash to it. They said she flashed some cleavage on. I don't know if it was Dill's show or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, "Yeah, she out here selling smut again." I'm like, "Come on, man. She's laser focused. I bet you." Her doing that, she immediately said, "Yeah," and go back GemShock on Indiegogo. I respect the living daylights out of that, man, because you know what, God gave her what she. I mean, not for me. I'm black. I like a little bit more curves on my women, but God gave her what He gave her. Mm-hmm. She has every right to use that shit. So when she uses it, you know what I'm saying, to enrich herself, and we're all capitalists here. Let's not be hypocrites, right? Mm-hmm. So she uses it to basically enrich herself, make some paper, right? Make some profit, and take care of her daughter. Found out she has a daughter. I'm like, yeah, and she holding it down, taking care of her family, so she's not a deadbeat.
What the other leg looks like?
Oh, the other leg?
Yeah, like where's the gems? I know it doesn't go all the way up.
Yeah, one of them's a long sleeve, kind of like boot situation. The other one's kind of like a like strap. Let me look that up for you real quick. You could keep drawing other elements. I'll look it up for you.
My mom always said, she'd say, if you got it, flaunt it.
Absolutely.
And whatever it is, that's what you got to flaunt.
Whatever the hell it is. You think, bruh?
I got this pencil.
You think if I had my workout game together and I looked like, I don't know, what's that dude who was in Creed? I looked like that Creed dude. Like I wouldn't be doing shirtless vids. Like, yeah.
You talking about Carl Weathers or
no,
Michael B. Jordan?
Him too in his prime.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan, but Carl Weathers too in his prime. That dude was nothing to laugh at, bro.
Oh yeah.
You see how ripped he was in Predator?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you think if my workout game was together, I got my P90X or something like that, or whatever the hell they doing? That dude who keeps putting the commercials when he's trying to watch a video. You want to know why dieting's never worked? Because it never has.
Right.
Not an answer.
I actually went through and I went through and watched his whole spiel one day just out of curiosity to see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, man, like I was ready to throw down and get what he's got.
Nobody's watching the chat for me. Okay.
Who's watching the
You're
chat?
saying people are criticizing the CG community too much, like the black community does.
Yeah.
He says, wow. Matt C. Here's the thing. Kamala isn't a Muslim story. It's an immigrant story. It's a Pakistani story. She ain't religious. I guess so. Andy's too smart to hate.
Absolutely.
And hail chat liking these draw streams. Like, thank you.
Yeah, hail to the chat, man. Hail back.
Yeah, I want to remind everyone that if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like, subscribe, share it out, invite some friends to come watch, and be sure to hit those super chats. Luke's got bills to pay.
Yeah,
yes,
and if y'all catching this on the replay, there's something called a smart. What's it called, Luke? Pay thanks. There's something called a pay thanks. So you can still smart. Was it
super thanks?
Super thanks. There's something called a super thanks. And that means you could still support even though you missed a live. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, Luke Stone, this dude, he got on some impulsive shit and posted this like 5 minutes ago. So I know ain't nobody here. It's probably like 7 people here. But on the replay, it's gonna be like thousands of people. So once y'all flood in there, go ahead and hit that super thanks. You feel me? That helps you get more content like this. Because my man over here, he's drawing GemShock by Mandy Summers, is it? Mandy Summers. Luke, the left leg is the one with the long sleeve boot.
Yeah, I just checked it.
Boot. Yeah, all right, cool. And then the other one's kind of like a calf high boot, but then there's a leg strap and stuff. Very good design too, for as they call it, as they're calling it, on Mandy's threads, smut. A smut, it's very well designed smut. Who designed it?
I believe Dale Keown had something to do with it.
Yeah, that looks like Dale's design, because he was one of the later staples of Top Cow, and this is very Top Cow-esque. Which Top Cow is one of my favorite, or was. Right now, it's gotten through a radical feminist phase. So they redesigned Witchblade, and she looks like, how can I even describe the redesign? She looks like one of the poorer designed Pinterest models wearing their fashion. So if you guys ever go on Pinterest, there's some very well designed stuff that you can use for drawing reference, or even take a link back to the original website and purchase stuff. If you're into cross dressing, I guess, free country, or if it's for like a female. How are you doing that, Luke? Let me see. You just doing like random diamonds?
Yeah, kind of.
All right. So you're not doing, was that copy paste, or were you doing that with a pen?
No. All
copy
freehand,
paste,
baby.
Freehand? Yeah, see?
I'm a freehand guy.
I can't fuck with you. Let me actually PG-13 my language here, because we want broad mass appeal for this video, you feel me? But yeah, that's a great contrapposto with that stance, and that's a great Z design. All right. So you do very good Z-inspired designs, Luke, where like if you break down the figures, there's Z's all over the place, and it's very good for visual interest. So you never notice why you keep looking at the image. Like, you keep coming back, you look at the image, you're like, why am I keep looking at this image? Well, it plays with your psyche. Visual interest. Your eyes don't know. There's no exit door to the page. That's the way to my best way of pretty much describing it. There's no exit door to the image, right? So if you made a straight up standing image, then the foremost bottom of the image is the exit door, so the eye leaves the image. But what you're doing is, it's all Z's pointing back up to the top of her head. Then the Z's point downwards to the tip of her toes and point back up to the top of her head. So since there's no exit door to the image, you keep looking at it until you tear yourself away from the image. So that's real genius design. The people who made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, their designs have a lot of Z's too, if you guys ever notice. Like the straps they put on their faces, and then how it leads to the nose, then to the mouth. Lots of Z's.
Yeah.
All right, where were we? I think we were talking about something else. What were we talking about?
I can't remember.
And and I'm kind of verbally taking over your stream.
That's all right.
So
He's trying to draw some.
So the woke breaker says, "What's a black community?" That's
a black community.
Yeah, what's a black community?
You saying what's a black community or the black community?
No, what's a black community? Like we've got one in Nashville. I mean,
Oh, that's what you mean. Nah, fam. When I say black community, I mean the abstract. The abstract, like how can I say this? Currently I'm in Philly, right? If I go, especially like for example, the Haitian community, I'm Haitian. So if I leave here and I head out to Georgia, immediately I can hook up with whatever neighborhood that Haitians are at. That community is abstract, so it's not a physical community. It's more like it's more like the abstract. I hate to keep using that same word, but
well, so like,
it's
are you saying? I mean, are you saying monolithic or?
no
I mean, 'cause I
monolithic.
know it's not really a monolith.
No. Monolithic would mean like we all think and feel and vote the same way, kind of thing,
Right.
right? In that
Right.
context, no. I mean monolithic. I mean, what do you call it? Community, as in,
Like a blanket term.
yeah, it is kind of a blanket term, but also,
Oh,
how can I say? Okay, look,
like a
you
network.
guys and people like I would say Nerdrotic kind of allude to this. He doesn't say it verbatim, but he alludes to this, and
Okay.
your boy Zach alludes to it too. That white people in general, you guys don't tend to cluster together in whiteness, right?
No, we don't.
Despite what race baiters assert, you guys
Right.
don't do that. You're not gonna hire somebody. Oh well, he's a shit drawer, he's a shit penciler, but he's white, so nah, y'all don't do that. All right, and so there are a lot of people.
And that'd be so silly if we did. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that would be rather silly. But I have bumped into many communities of quote unquote color. They put that particular identity first, right? So if you guys have heard of Black First, B1, so a black community would be a community that puts B1, like Black First, right? So
Mm.
um and David Duke, he he's more verbatim than anyone else would say it. He was kind of him and what's his name?
That
The
Richard
guy,
Spencer
the guy,
person,
Richard Spencer. There you go, Richard Spencer.
or
Him and Richard Spencer, they verbatim said that they're jealous of how the black community is very cohesive, and they're they're kind of like an amorphous blob. Okay, so you can't hit it. So there's no target. It's not like back in the civil rights days where, like, okay, you want to take down the Black Panther movement, you take out Fred Hampton. You want to take down the Nation of Islam, you take out Malcolm X or anyone else who's basically leading it. You want to take out the Christian civil rights leadership, take out Martin Luther King, right?
right.
There are no leaders now. There are no leaders. We're code first kind of thing. So, and I agree with a lot of their I would say, take care of your kids, respect your elders. I agree with a lot of those tenets, but when it comes to other stuff, I may not agree with them. So I'm not really too much part of that community, but I'm part of it enough to have taken the Brotep name moniker. It's kind of like Hotep, but
It's your own, what do they call
yeah.
it? What's the term? There's a term there.
What's that?
It's like your own. I don't want to say spin. It's your own. What's the word? Not swag. It's a musical term, and I'm trying to. I'll have to think about it for a sec.
I don't know. What does it mean? If I know the meaning, I'll probably know the term.
So it's almost like your own twist, your own.
Well, there's
Your
many
own.
words for it. That's your own
No, I
flavor.
know, I know, I know. But it gets it perfect. I'm trying to.
Adele.
But anyway, I'll try to see if I can find it out.
Ad- Adele tricked a lot of us, yo. We thought she was black till we saw a music video. Well, not most of us, but a lot of us got
So,
tricked by. We were like, yo, who that, right? What's that song? You could have had it all. That song.
yeah.
Yeah, but then she grew up in a black community in Britain, right? That's why she was wearing Bantu knots and twists, and then Black Twitter handed her ass. Remember that?
Mm,
You guys don't
right.
remember? What's it? You covering her a lot. I don't think you're supposed to cover her that much, Luke.
I don't care.
Hey, I'm all about it.
Way more
I do
titty
what I want.
meat than
I'm
that.
all about some leaving some stuff to the imagination. So the woke breaker says Brie Larson loves you all and Disney is taking over Comicsgate. More ha 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 ha. So,
Wait, I'm sorry. What? Can you put that on screen? Put that on screen.
it's in chat. The woke breaker is
Yeah.
is joining us. Good to see you. Thanks
Brie Larson loves you all
for hanging in there with us.
Comicsgate. Ha 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 ha.
So funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Brie Larson.
I'd like to see Brie Larson do what Mandy does and actually sell a book.
Look,
She doesn't
man,
have the personality.
Looking back on the Brie Larson thing, I can certainly say we kind of overreacted. The shit she said was bad, but it wasn't that bad. We were.
I don't like. I mean,
don't lump me in with everybody, please.
Yeah, not you.
I don't overreact to these things at all.
Yeah.
In fact, usually I care. I don't think I could care any less than what I do about
right.
what some of these people do or say. Like,
Okay.
it just doesn't. It just doesn't affect me much.
I think for me, she's got about the personality of a matchstick. I mean, that's all I have to say about her.
She's
She always seems to have some axe to grind. Like she's got an attitude all the time, and it makes her not likable.
Well, I think the same thing about Sam Jackson, and I'm usually a Sam Jackson fan.
Yeah.
But he seems to always be upset about something too.
So the woke breaker says, "What, y'all don't want King tokenized Valkyrie and Jane Foster? I mean, if they're gonna do it, they need to do it right and have them like come together and be king and queen. You know what I'm saying? Queen. Well, yeah, but I mean, they've already established they want to call Valkyrie king.
Man,
why? I don't know.
Yeah, King
I didn't watch that movie.
Yeah, that's not a
I
thing.
know I didn't watch that movie.
There's no female king. That's not a thing. And I think we have to stop being afraid to say these sorts of things. They're kind of they're influencing our language a little bit, where we know the stuff that they're gonna gaslight us with and strawman us with, so we kind of avoid saying it. But every once in a while, it's okay to be like, "No, that's not a thing," and just keep it pushing. Like they could whine and all that shit. Just keep it pushing. Like people were actually using the words King Valkyrie. Like, well, King Valkyrie, that's a something, what do you call it, tokenized No, there's no King Valkyrie. That's not a thing. First of all, there's no female king. That's called a queen. Second, Valkyries were Valkyries. They were never supposed to be kings. They were basically spirits that dragged or actually took dead warriors off of the field of battle
to Valhalla. They were like warrior angels
if they were worthy. If they were worthy. Like if you took like 12 arrows to the back running away, I don't think a Valkyrie's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the way.
Yeah, no, there's no. Well, and,
that's not the path.
But what's so crazy about using the term is that they take this one little throwaway line from I want to say it was it yeah, it was Avengers Endgame, this little throwaway line where she's like, okay, so who's going to be king or whatever, and Thor's like, well, you're going to be king or or whatever. Like it was almost like maybe a scripting mistake, and they're just going to run with it.
Yeah. Well, most of the Marvel movies seem like an earlier script stage production anyway. Like
of the people that are watching, can we get some people to share this out, folks, in the chat? Hit it up on Twitter, Facebook, let people know to come check it out.
Whatever social media platform that you frequent, whether it's Instagram, hey, we'll even take Tumblr. Wherever you at, share a link to this video. Maybe we won't take Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Well, whatever social media platform that you frequent. Hell, if you're on WhatsApp, go ahead and type this stuff and bring somebody in here. You know what I'm saying? So come back with a friend or 2 or 10. Let this platform grow. Mi casa or Luke's casa and su casa. You feel me? But they publish or they produce pre-approved scripts, in my opinion, with Disney. So there would be like the final shooting draft. I think they leave that on the cutting room floor, and then they go to a previous version. That's the only thing that could explain it. That who would be king thing, obviously, there was there was supposed to be a correction that would say something like who would rule. Like, so if you leave, who will rule? And then you, right?
It does make sense. I mean, though, even she said, well, who's going to be king? Well, you're going to be, but obviously you don't call a woman a king, you call him a queen.
Yeah, queen.
Because Elizabeth is not the king of England, she's the queen of England. I mean, come on.
Well, Luke, gender is a social construct. That's.
I thought it was a scientific construct.
I don't know. I'm not a biologist.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not a biologist. Oh God, it's just the stuff that's been. If you took a snapshot of not only social media happenings but general media stuff, and then you went back in time and showed the 2010 you even, right? Let's go back 12 years. 2010 you, and you showed them that shit. Would 2010 you have even guessed that nobody in the public eye right now with cameras on them would be able to define what a woman is? I mean, I thought we all knew what the fuck PG-13. What the hell a woman was, right?
Like, wow, these guys, everyone went stupid.
It's like, abortion needs to be available to, what did they say? People with wounds?
Birthing persons.
Birthing persons. Abortion needs to be available to every birthing person. Well, if they want abortions, then why be a birthing person to begin with? If they're so if they're so enthusiastic about killing their children, maybe they're not birthing people. All right, they're abortion people. They're not birthing people. But
it's a real light conversation we're having.
Real light conversation, and I know a lot of us are pro-choice, so I'm not going to pursue that any further.
I'm pro-life.
I mean,
I'm pro-life, but I'm sorry, guy.
Well, no, I mean, for me, I'm pro freedom. It's like if the state's going to mandate anything, I mean, that's already your first kind of like
pro freedom.
Yeah, pro freedom.
The only time I say that shit is when somebody's trying to, like, hey, how far is the store from here? And they're like, well, that's about 3 or 4 kilometers. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't speak that language. I'm pro freedom. What are those in freedom miles? What's that in freedom distance, bro?
like freedom fries or oh my gosh.
Well, freedom fries, madam.
It's a pet peeve of mine. Where, like, you in the States, bro. They tell me like this weighs how many kilograms. Nah, bro. Tell me that shit in pounds. You feel me? But the thing is, I've noticed a lot of in the indie comics community, by and large, not just like Comicsgate or anything like that. I've bumped into quite a bit of people who, they're pro-choice, So, not to ruffle any feathers, so I'm gonna stop right here with that.
I mean, obviously, my religious background, that is no secret to anyone here or anyone watching my channel. Usually, I'm a pro-life guy, but
and I'm a pro-wife guy. That's what I am.
there you go.
I think all men should have a mate.
Yeah.
Was it say man should not be alone? Something to that effect.
Well, you know what? I'm a thug life guy. I'm just stop.
Oh my gosh!
People strolled in. Who invited him here? What kind of show did he turn this into?
I'm a tug life guy.
You're a tug life guy.
Only because I've been watching Tug.
Tag Tug in there.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Tug got mentioned in the courtroom.
Yes, he did.
Oh yeah.
That umbrella guy.
Tug.
Yo, that freaked me out, bruh. Because I fell asleep on the on my drawing board, and my YouTube is set to some sort of way that Yellow Flash and Tug. I guess I watch enough of them that YouTube is like, this is what you like now, so have more. So I fell asleep, and then I'm hearing Tug is like, they mentioned me by name. I'm like, and I wake up, I scrub back in the video. Yeah, they mentioned that dude by name. To be honest, the last, 2 or 3 years, I got tired of Tug congesting my fucking YouTube feed with more Amber. I'm like, damn, bro, you obsessed with this joint. But now I see there's a method to his madness. He was like, it was like paying insurance. You know how you pay your premium? You keep paying that shit. So he was paying his premium all these 2 or 3 years, whatever the length of time was. Now he's getting his pays. You know what I'm saying? He's getting recompense. He's getting his recompense for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because now he's like a big name.
You
got mentioned in a court. Kind of like a court proceeding among multi-millionaires.
Well, not to mention they keep like attacking him, like sicking like these anti-bot armies and all kinds of stuff against him.
Yeah,
trying to shut him down.
The only where I'm sorry, guy.
No, I'm just saying it's some crazy stuff.
Look, man. It's genius on his part that he monetized that too. He even monetized that. They say some off kilter stuff about him. He makes a video about it. I love it, man. I love it. Only thing that, in my opinion, I was like, Tug, you done fucked up. I was like, Tug, you messed up, bro. You ain't show your face. Show your face. He could have legit blew up from this, but nobody knows what he looks like. Yeah,
right.
They just know his channel. They just know his channel. Which, if that's what he wanted, then that's enough, But he could
may not
legit
want people
be.
to know what he looks like, so they can't find him.
Right.
Yeah, and
he's making a lot of enemies right now too.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. I mean, he's got a lot of people that are like,
want to hate.
We all love him, but
Luke, how are you getting the variation in that line width? Is that pen pressure, or are you going over it in like double? I can't tell if you're doubling up, and then like at the peak of the form where it bulges out, you add more. What are you doing?
Like just pen pressure.
Pen pressure. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good, man. That's good. And here I was complaining about all those diamonds. You're making that joint look easy, man. That look good.
He makes all this look easy. I could just sit here and watch him draw all the time. Like, it's just, I mean, man. I tell you what, if you guys like this, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that bell, tickle the whatever. Tickle the algorithm. I tried to do it with a straight face. I just couldn't.
Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. If you're on any social media platform, go ahead and come back with a friend or 2 or 10.
Yes, throw it out there.
Yeah, if you like this kind of content, definitely like it and subscribe.
And if you like to
spread the word.
watch him draw as much as I do, throw him a couple dollars because he's got the super chats up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not seeing no super chats.
No, I haven't seen any.
Yeah.
You better watch out, Brotep. I'm gonna code switch on you. I'm sorry, it happened.
Who said that, Joy?
Me, like I do though. Sometimes when I get around, I will. Like if I'm talking, I'm so scared if I ever get on this stream with Bancroft or Rob, and I start talking, I start picking up their accent.
Oh, okay.
I'm real bad, and it's not. I'm not mocking anybody. It's just I don't know.
No,
It's really weird. I went over to Taiwan on a business trip for my day job back in 2017, and while I was over there, I had to kind of learn to speak broken English. I know it sounds like kind of weird, but I mean, because if I use the like big words, people aren't going to understand me, and so there's this.
I hear you.
Kind of, I guess the way to compare it would be if you're familiar with pidgin over in Africa, and so it just breaks it up a little bit, and I wound up just slipping right into that as I was talking to people, and they understood me better, and so.
Absolutely.
I don't know, but I don't mean it. It just happens.
No. Nothing to apologize for. It's communication, and it's very important. As a matter of fact, for me, I find that comes into play when I speak Creole. So if I'm speaking Creole to my family members,
mm-hmm.
it's more useful as far as communicating. If when I switch to English, I do it in broken English. If I do it in regular English, they're not going to get it, even though they speak regular English themselves. But because they're not primarily English speakers, they're used to broken English. If I don't speak it in broken terms, they won't get it. You know what I mean? Or it will actually narrow I would say the scope of the effectiveness of my communication. So yeah. See, I can speak smart too.
Well,
look, if you're black, a lot of people know this especially in the United States, that all black kids growing up, we're bilingual, right? We speak dominant society, and we speak how we speak at home, like Ebonics, right? So dominant society is when you go for that job interview, or if you go on a white geek platform and have to speak to white geeks, then
nice.
Offended.
Not this particular platform here.
Looks like we got the woke breaker. This just in, the woke breaker coming in hot with a super chat. I don't know who reads this. Do you read them, Luke, or because this is your channel?
This will cover the commission for my story. LOL, good drawing. Thank you. Appreciate it very much, the woke breaker. Oh
man.
We've got Comics Mate is here.
And he's just watching.
Just watching. Just taking
side-eyeing too. He's side-eyeing, like he's suspicious.
I made a quick kind of a off-color
like
joke.
She-Hulk?
I do.
Yes.
You know what? As soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna ink the She-Hulk too.
She-Hulk.
Heck yeah.
Just
That's
because.
what I'm talking about.
Just because this is going quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we need some Jennifer Walters, not Fiona Walters, like I put in chat earlier. Because Woke Breaker said, I personally will enjoy the new Shrek version. And then I thought, really? And then I was like, oh, I see what you did there.
You know, the thing that irritates me more about the She-Hulk thing is that they're basically making Ally McBeal out of a show that's supposed to be Marvel. Who asked for it? Nobody asked for this. But you know what? We were warned. Didn't Sana Amanat say that Marvel?
I like to call her the Ally McBeal woman.
Yeah, it's like an Ally. Come on, man. We didn't. I don't know. Those of us who are geeks, we didn't like the Ally McBeal thing when that was out. So what? Why would you want to bring it back to our sphere of entertainment?
Because they don't know. Yeah, they don't care about us. See, because they never did. They just saw it as like, this is something we can make some money on, and then but once they got their dirty hands in it.
Yeah, they want to sell more plushies and fucking Funko dolls and mugs.
Exactly.
Yeah, they want to sell more mugs. I go out there at Walmart. I see all those mugs and baskets and all that. That's not. Come on, man. Nothing wrong with those products. I mean, I'm sure, Luke, that when you expand into what do you call it, merchandising, you're gonna do all that stuff. You're gonna have T-shirts and baskets and keychains and stuff like that, right?
I already do, yeah.
Yeah, see. But the thing is, if that's gonna be your company now, like you're gonna start catering to the Vogue, Cosmopolitan, Red Book crowd, then you're forgetting who brought you to the party. Dance with who brought you to the party. You know, I think that's what they keep forgetting. But it is what it is. As Young Ripper said, let them die. Dead company.
Right? Oh my God. I'm so glad you brought him up, because I'm really looking forward to what he's got cooking in the Rippaverse.
Rippaverse, bro.
For sure. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
Listen, people were asking what kind of characters he's gonna have. Look, if all else fails, if he puts himself in a comic, I'd read that joint. That's what
I know. That's right.
Yeah, he's a character as is. This dude said, "Dad company."
Mm-hmm.
That's I like that joint, man. And I did some fan art of him because he refuses to show like what characters he's working on. He's keeping that mad close to the vest. I mean, come on, Eric, what you playing, poker? Like high stakes poker?
Speaking of that, did you
that close to? Oh, I'm sorry, again.
No, go ahead. Did you ever get that inked?
Oh, I ain't ink that joint sitting right here. I should ink that.
Man, you need that inked. We need to get you a colorist. Like, get that thing popping.
Yeah, maybe. We could all like get some shine, because if he shows that on his show, because I think, and that's one of the reasons why I did it wide too. I did it in the dimensions that it can fit a YouTube video screen. Method to the madness. If you guys you're doing this in StreamYard, Luke, you don't fill in those media slots on the side so you could put memes up. You should so you could show that dude who's thinking, who's pointing to his head. You know what I'm saying? So there's a method to my madness, bro. So
what a story, Mark.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I should do more live streams, but
yes.
I don't know if they wanted money or they wanted something more sexual.
Oh my gosh, too much.
Oh God. Yeah. Listen, if you guys have a colorist and they want to do that, that'd be great. Because then I did it in widescreen format, so it can fit. It can fit like a video screen. So it's not long. It's not portrait format like Luke's doing there. Yeah.
I mean, I think it looked good as like a print or something, and just throw that thing on my wall.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, we can do that. I think I know a couple of colorists, but especially the one he just had a baby coming. Actually, it's been like a year since the baby came, but he's gonna be looking for some paper. I could throw him a little something to throw some colors on there.
So we got the woke breaker coming in says, I got a $10 spot for each of you. No charity commissions.
Charity commissions, no doubt. Hold on.
Speaking of that,
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Woke breaker. For some reason, that brings to mind Killer Instinct. I hear woke break, and I all I hear is combo breaker.
nice.
You guys ever played Killer Instinct back in the day?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
heck yeah. Put the quarter on the machine and say, I got next. You know what I mean?
If I were you, I'd stop now. You're gonna go into a job interview talking like that, bro.
Hey, it's all good. I've been working.
It's all good.
He's not work. I work for myself. I'll get.
No, hey, I've been at the same job for going on 9 years.
Oh, okay.
And I'm about to take a month vacation, so I'm good to go, man. And this week is almost a vacation because I'm basically everybody at work is supposed to act like I'm not there. So because my there's so many different moving parts to what I do around the place that they gotta kind of do this part and that part and see, and ask me questions and whatnot, make sure that they got everything on lock before I my last day on Friday. Before I'm off for a whole month. Can't wait. Oh my gosh. The missus and I we're gonna be we're gonna be traveling across the country. So we live here in Tennessee, and we're gonna be going out to California, but we're gonna go by way of car. So we're gonna be heading,
old school road trip. That's what's up.
Tell me about it.
That's what's up. You picked the wrong time for that shit with Biden oil prices, but
that's what I hear. But I
just want to meet one person that voted for him that's happy with the outcome.
Well, you ain't gonna find one here.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed that they're still trying to float it out there that he won legitimately. All of those people failed miserably in their individual campaigns. I mean, stop taking us for idiots. Kamala failed in her individual campaign, and she was calling him all kinds of sexist in her campaign. Remember that shit? And then his individual campaign, he failed until he was like, you know what? I could get some black up. Kamala, can you be black again for a couple weeks so we can get this in the bag? Because now she's no longer black. You guys know that she's no longer black anymore. Yeah. Now she's the first Asian American filling the identity here. You feel me? She's the first Jamaican, Indian, blah blah blah, fill in the blank. But when Biden needed her, because remember, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. So he got himself some black up. It was the second most embarrassing case of black up I've seen since the Metatron wanted to prove that he's not racist. So he got himself a tall black dude from his, fencing class and had him dress up as a black samurai so he can prove that the black samurai did not exist. That joint was embarrassing. And I had to hit him up. I was like, Metatron, you ain't need to get black up, son. We believe you ain't racist. But that was, to me, that was cringy as hell. But the second most embarrassing thing I saw that year was basically what do you call it? Stuff that happened with
Biden
and Kamala. Yeah. Where he needed black up. So he basically encouraged Kamala to be black again.
Well,
there's no way you guys would know this, but we don't really fuck with Kamala like that. Like we don't rock with her.
Well,
and I mean all camps, conservative, liberal.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, of course, and there's reason, and there's a really good reason why. I mean, the fact that she's a cop Who?
Cop Mala. That's one of our nicknames for Cop Mala. Cop Mala Harris.
She was
Almost
a
said
lawyer that
Cop.
way more.
Cop Mala Harris.
Put more black people in jail than anything.
Yeah.
Well, and just simple possession. Like what?
Yeah.
Oh, more than that, she wanted to expand it to truancy too. Remember, she
right.
She came on video. She said,
yeah,
she said that she wanted to throw black mothers in jail if their kids miss school. And and then she was laughing about it. And I was like, yo,
I know it.
Like this, read the room.
Yeah, for real.
You ain't reading the room.
Well, I don't even think she can read the room. She don't even know what she believes herself. So let's see. Wotebreaker says hot sauce in my bag. And
no, is that her? No, that's Clinton.
Oh,
Clinton,
okay.
Clinton did the hot sauce thing. These people, what they do is they have not like yourself, who genuinely
hot sauce wasn't exclusively.
Yeah, look.
Thing.
I mean,
no. Hot sauce is not a black thing.
Okay.
Luke, it's more like whenever. Again, I'm gonna be. They're gonna be like, "Why are you telling all the business to these white nerds?" No, but
I already know half the stuff, so it's I know what's up.
I don't know anything.
Bro Tap was over on some nerd channel, running his motherfucking mouth, telling these white nerds all the business.
Nice.
No, nobody is saying that hot sauce is a black thing, but hot sauce is one of the black things, right? If you want to endear yourself to black people, you talk about food and you talk about dancing, right? You absorb our culture, even if it's for a short period of time, and then because we're very accepting, right? As a culture, we're very accepting. Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
I would agree with that. I actually grew up in predominantly black neighborhoods.
Yeah, like we could, and this is no slight to you, but we could watch somebody who's non-black do the most basic shit, and then we applaud them for it. Like, oh my God, gay white boy! Like we catch you dancing. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, go white boy, right?
Go
and
white boy, go
meanwhile, it's very mediocre dancing. But to us, since we know y'all can't dance, when we see that shit, mind blown, right? So stuff like with the hot sauce thing, Hillary Clinton rolled through, I don't know if it was Hot 97 or one of those blackety black stations. And he basically
struck, I guarantee it.
Yeah,
he gets I love it. That's great.
Yeah, man. And they were asking her, I think not verbatim, but like the general sense of what they were asking is, do you do anything black or how well do you get along in black culture or something like that? And then she was like, I always carry my hot sauce. I think they asked her, what's the blackest thing about you or something like that. And he's like, I never go anywhere without my hot sauce, Lowry's hot sauce or something like that.
Oh,
yeah. I was like,
Lowry's?
Yeah, something like that, bro.
I'm a Texas Pete guy myself.
Lowry seasonings, something like that, right? So it's like, come on, man. Like, stop. Why don't you talk about policy? Exactly. Why don't you talk about your husband when you and your husband stood out there that one time, and y'all called black teenage boys super predators.
Predators, yep, super predaters. That's right.
As if it's fucking the y'all.
Oh my God.
Oh, y'all remember that joint, right?
Yeah, and then you got Biden himself. He's the one like helping actually draft the legislation that would become the crime bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he boasted about writing it.
Yeah, and he boasted, yeah. And he said something to the effect of, "I don't care what's going on in their life. all I care about." And back then he didn't smooth out his whatever that accent is that he smoothed out a little bit. You guys don't notice these sorts of things about these frauds?
Oh no, trust me.
He smoothed it out. I don't know where he's from, but that accent was unmistakable when he said. This nigga sounded like he was the spokesperson for Jim Crow when he said that joint. It's like, I don't care what's going on in their life. All I care about is when you got a woman and child walking around being threatened, and their safety threatened by these young thugs or whatever the hell he said. And at the time, we were like, whoa, this dude really said this, John. But lots of these guys are frauds. Like what's her face who just she got engaged, and suddenly that's bigger news than people dying over in the Ukraine or something like that. Oh, AOC, the psycho girl.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is it me? But does she always look like she just, whatever it is you walked in on her doing, she can't let you leave? Doesn't she always look like that? Like whatever it is you just caught her in the middle of, she can't let you go and tell. That's what her eyes always look like. Like, hey, let me talk to you for a minute.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So she just got engaged, and that trended for a minute. If it was me, I'd be like, because she spent the last, I don't know what she spent, last 2 or 3 months, or is it maybe a solid month at this point only, where she's talking about issues like how, you know, we're spending time talking about the wrong thing. We need to focus on X instead of Z. Well, we're all focusing on your engagement. How about you say the same thing about your meaningless life event, so that we can focus on, you know, this pandemic that suddenly disappeared soon as we went to war. How about we focus on that? How about we talk about you showing up at some gala with no mask on?
Yeah, while all the help have their masks on.
How about we talk about your husband and how he feels about that dude kissing you all up in your mouth? Did you guys see that joint? Where that dude wearing a dress kissing all up in our mouth?
I don't.
No, didn't see that.
How about we talk about those things?
I don't watch half of this stuff.
Yeah.
Lucky man, if that stuff don't make your radar, Luke, you're a lucky man. Because with me, somehow the internet, YouTube and Google included, thinks that's the shit I'm interested in. So I'm sorry, guys.
No, I'm saying, you know, you talking about it, so you must be interested.
No, but the thing is, it's not like I'm talking. It's not like they see that shit here.
Yeah, I got you.
Matter of fact, this the only time I mentioned this stuff. I mentioned some political stuff that's tangentially related to politics because they delve into comics over on Twitter. But otherwise, I'm just posting art, fam. I'm like taking multiple shots of stuff I'm drawing. Like, hey, what do you guys think of this line work? Hey, what do you guys think of the nostrils? Is it too big on one side? That's the stuff I post. That's the stuff I post. But then YouTube and basically the internet's anthropomorphized zeitgeist thinks I'm interested in AOC's engagement party.
Right.
But, but yeah, she needs to talk about that because
I'm really bad. But I mean, you're black, aren't you?
You're black, aren't you?
Aren't you Democrat? I mean,
you know,
isn't that what they try to tell us?
That's the other thing too. Hold on.
Of course, you're interested in it, right?
The other thing I'm kind of disgruntled about is because I'm not necessarily. I'm not a young buck, but I'm not an old head either. So according to Black Twitter and Black everything online, I'm supposed to know who the fuck Amara La Negra is. And what's the other one? Megan Thee Stallion.
I don't know who those people are.
Oh boy.
Amara La Negra.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
but I know who Megan Thee Stallion is because of WAP.
Right. All right. Who else? Well, I don't listen to new rap.
Yeah,
I don't listen to new rap. New rap is just
garbage.
You know what new rap sound like to me? It sounds like a drug addict moaning, like going through an overdose.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
it sounds like. You can't discern what the words are. You can only discern like melancholy moaning. I'm like,
It's mumbly and whiny. I don't
yeah.
like it.
Well, they went from look. I could tolerate mumble rap because remember, Future was mumble rap. Drake
Yeah,
to
I
some
didn't like
extent
it.
is mumble rap, but
Nope,
now
don't like it.
they went all the way from mumble to now they're moaning. They're not mumbling no more. I can't. Nah, I don't rock with it. They're straight up mumbling now, moaning now. I don't nah. But yeah, they figure the internet figures because I'm black, I'm supposed to be interested about. You know, what's that girl name who not Cardi B.
Oh man, that's what I was about to say.
Oh, that's what you was saying.
Yeah,
I
Cardi B.
respect Cardi B's hustle. She tried to stay in the limelight, but I don't really mess with her musically like that.
Man,
So to me, she's in the same like category of I'm gonna cut that joint off if it comes on. With what's that girl name who no one can explain how she's a megastar because she Billie Eyelash or some shit.
Billie Eilish. Yeah.
Yeah. Can anyone explain her success to me? Like,
Have you listened to her
My daughter
music?
loves her.
I listen to a couple of songs. I'm not really with it like that. It's very mediocre in my
I
opinion.
think it's pretty good actually compared to what's out there right now.
I mean, it from a like she's got a heck of a producer. Like whoever it is that's doing her, like laying her tracks and like
That's probably what that joint is.
I mean, that's really what it is. It's not. I mean, to me, it's not necessarily her lyrics or her voice. It's just, I don't know. It's like the whole package, but it's definitely the tracks. It's kind of like I feel the same way with 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
I mean,
look, man. To me, you're not. If you can't do you guys remember back in the day they had like MTV Unplugged and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you can't impress me with doing kind of like an MTV Unplugged where you show up with a guitarist sitting on a stool next to you and then you just rock out.
Have you listened to her do those things?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you listened to her do those things?
Nah, you guys heard her do that?
Oh yeah.
She's rocked out like that? All right, I'm gonna reconsider then. And she's really good?
Yeah,
I like her.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
She's solid.
All right, I'm
a fan, and I'm not a fan of anything.
But I mean, now I'm trying to think of somebody else. Somebody that I could. Well, yeah, like okay.
You know who? Hold on. You know who impressed me by doing that stuff all the time? For a while, it seemed like she and her band were touring the country just doing that, like not even in the studio no more. Paramore, that girl Haley Williams from Paramore.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yo, that's some pipes on that girl, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got a really solid song she did with Zed that I liked a lot.
Let's see who else.
But so like Dua Lipa or Doja Cat, like I don't even know what just not. I mean, if you drop an album and you got like 2 or 3 songs that are subject to litigation, you already got problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
I hear you, brother.
Come on now. So if you guys don't like litigation, but you want to support a really good art creator, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, drop a few dollars because he's got the super chats. They're open for business, as they say.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all need to bless that Cash App or whatever he's got going. Y'all need to bless that extra because this dude did 2. He's supposed to draw 1. He drew 2 for y'all tonight.
He's knocking it out.
Y'all need to hit that super thanks on the replay when you come back among the thousands of people who are going to be watching this, and you hit that play button and you see he drew 2 things instead of 1. You need to hit that super thanks. It's never too late to support him. Take a swig here.
So, getting back to comics. So, Brotep, you and I were kind of exchanging conversation in Twitter in the DMs about something that's been kind of going around, like John Malin was talking about, getting people, more emphasis on the sequentials and the internals than just the cover art and stuff.
Yeah, nailing that at us, yo.
Yeah. Like,
I'm on board with what Malin said, by the way.
Yeah,
what's that?
I'm on board with what Malin said.
He's right. He flipped out. He
ain't lying.
He ain't lying. I've been doing way too many pinups, but how's that my fault? Y'all commission me to do pinups, then y'all complain I'm doing too many pinups. But but he's right. That's why I want to actually do. I want to do the story that you wrote. It's a story you wrote, right? Yeah.
And that's like, I think there definitely needs to be more stuff like that. It's almost like this might be the start of something bigger. Like, maybe I've got some other memoir ideas from other little snapshots of my life that no one would actually necessarily care enough to buy as a, as like a, Indiegogo exclusive or something, but at least it's something that, I can lay down a script with some panels and people could practice drawing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what you can do to generate interest is you can turn all of them black and lesbian.
You think that'll work?
Both at the same time? Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure if I go one or the other. I don't think both. Come on,
look at the sky high sales that's Marvel so far since they started doing it. You cannot fail. All right.
Well,
failure is not an option with that sales model, right?
That's just it.
That's a fail is not an option sales model, sir.
So it's almost like, for me, I feel like the real stories, like the stories that aren't actually the escapism, right? So it's more like maybe from back in the day, how they used to have the afternoon specials and stuff like that, where they would
the more you know,
right? Or they make these these little movies about kids, say no to drugs, or whatever it was. Or
if you know someone who's being bullied, go tell them. Go tell them.
Right. Or Jenny, eat something, or whatever. But actually make comic books that are comic strips, if you will, maybe even if it's a web comic, just something that's getting a story out there that is not not a very common story. That's kind of what I'm thinking of, at least with this one, because a lot of people, they when they look at drunk driving, they just think of, drunk driver hits another car and there's a tragedy, people die, or all kinds of other stuff. But my story is, there's more impact on life than just death, and so yeah,
it's one of the most overlooked tragedies and crimes in modern day. Like, people have forgotten, with all of the pandemics and this, that, and the third, people have forgotten that car wrecks and hit and runs and drunk driving, still one of the top leading causes of death. I mean, the top leading cause of death is dying, but a close second would be like accidents and stuff like that.
But death isn't a cause. Death is a side effect.
I know, that's I was just that was
death is a side effect.
That was my white geek joke.
Yeah, I get
it. That's a white geek joke. But
that's funny.
But yeah, that wouldn't fly with my regular audience. I'll get called like all kinds of Oreos if I go into that direction. But the people who buy most of the stuff, it looks like they're more into escapism. But if that's getting kind of stale, I think slice of life stories might, end up, especially if it's well told narratively, it might turn into a thing,
Yeah.
But definitely having something in a page format, for me, it works out as a penciler, so that John Malin doesn't, he stops yelling at us.
Well, and exactly, just to have something for people for people to practice with, and just for me, to me, having to think about scenes from one panel to another, like that helps me as a writer, because it helps me conceptualize, okay, this is what I need to think about when it comes to this, framing this scene, or maybe the scene can go out to these few other panels or whatnot.
Okay.
Because I'm coming from writing short fiction,
okay,
to trying to distill it down to an actual comic book. So as Luke, I think you both can attest to to that. It's like, whoa, you're trying to do too much. It's like, I remember your first criticism. I was like, man, you got 9 panels in this page.
Oh, it's a big pet peeve.
You both got to see my script, by the way, that first script. So go ahead and beat me up. That's fine.
No. Great stuff. just like 9, 7, 8, 9 panels. Like, come on, man. Like for me, I like for the art to have room to breathe. Because remember, balloons are gonna go in there too. It's not even just the art.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I mean, trust me, I like to draw and I like to write.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really important to have, a book that is fun to look at.
Yeah. Absolutely. I have come up with a gripe though with John Malin. Okay, so he wants us to do more sequentials. All right, John, where are the sample scripts? Why don't you drop some sample scripts from what do you call it? From Graveyard Shift, so we could submit the stuff, right? So don't be a problem guy, be a solution guy.
And I think that's why we need to have more conversations like this, because if we're going to be out here creating things, we need to help me help you, and help you help me. You know what I mean? Because to me, it's reflexive.
Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing. I totally get his point. Even on another level, I get his point. I don't know if he said this verbatim, but he did say, or at least I gleaned from what he said, that he's trying to hire within Comicsgate and within the small community we got here. But because we're all putting forth all these pinups and these little group shots and pinups and stuff like that, he's having to look elsewhere to fill in his ranks, because he's expanding. He's got like 3 titles now, right? He's got God Made, or what was it? God something, Graveyard Shift, and I think he's got something else. So he's expanding and he wants to hire us, but we're giving him no choice but to look outside the community. So I get it. But at the same time, like you just said, help me help you should be kind of like the spirit of things. Right. I don't need to go buy your book for like whatever the price is to back his book now, like $100 something.
You can download all kinds of sample scripts out there.
No, but then we'll be drawing like Batman. That goes against the whole spirit of Comicsgate. I want my samples to. I'm sorry.
Come on, that's. I think that's going a little too far.
Oh, you don't want to.
Writing a sample script of something is different than supporting it. I mean, what you're doing is you're showing that you can. You
can do narrative. Yeah, I got you.
That's what it's showing, and it's showing that Comicsgate can do it better.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like you're giving anybody money to do that.
That's true.
It's like, and I still don't have a problem with old Batman. I freaking love old Batman. I'll buy those old comics all day long because they're still awesome. It's this new stuff I'm not caring for.
Especially I agree with that because you're supporting your LCSs. If you go out there and get it from an LCS, hell yeah, I'm for that. But as far as what you said, I understand it. I get it that it's not really supporting them. But I'm in the Eric D. July camp. Starve them out completely. No attention. Like if it were up to me, even though I'm forced to do some of the mainstream stuff to get more jobs, right? But ideally, I would only be doing Comicsgate stuff. Notice the majority of the stuff I've been posting up is either from Phil Diaz, his universe. I'm interested in that. I'm doing stuff from Mandy Summers' universe. I'm doing stuff for I did something else too. Now this guy who was kind of like a space opera kind of thing. So I'm with Eric D. July, man. Like Dead Company. They wanna be funny style. Let them do them. I'm not even. I don't know, man. It might be a little extreme. You're right about that. Might be a little extreme.
I mean, trust me, I don't got any love for him right now. But
I think it'd be kind of neat if, like, I mean, and I know all this stuff takes time or whatever, but it'd be kind of neat for some of us, different creators in the space, just kind of come together and like create something almost like a comic book jam session. You know what I mean? Like, and do it all like have our project be all live streamed. So like all the little sessions and everything, and just have the.
Well, here's the thing. But look, plenty of I don't want to say plenty. A few gators were doing that, but then I don't know what it is with creative people. They tend to get very egotistical, and suddenly enemies were made. I mean, you guys heard of Edwin Boyette and Mike Miller?
Oh yeah,
all these guys. Yeah, they were doing
stuff
like
that.
that. Yeah, they were doing all that stuff, and that stuff was great. But all of a sudden, I don't know who it was, like in that camp, were like totally turning on Comicsgate. They were calling us all kinds of bigots. I'm like, dude, what's going on? Like, what's really happening?
Well,
especially the Doug Tenaple was calling us all kinds. I'm like, come on, man.
It's crazy.
But they were doing jam sessions and very good jam sessions too. Especially there's this guy named Kevin Sharp, fantastic artist. He would jump on there and he would do stuff that looks like you could make a cover out of it, and it would be within the span of like an hour or 2 hours that he'd just bust all that out. So great stuff was happening. If you want to do that, bro, if you want to do that in this corner of the camp, we should definitely do that. And we have to like make a pact before that we're not gonna turn on each other. You know how in the Sony Spider-Man the No Way Home, when what's his name? Was it Arm? Who's that dude? The Asian cat who's Peter's best friend in that show and that movie.
Ned?
Yeah. We're gonna have to make a Ned pact that we ain't gonna turn on each other. Remember when he said, "Yeah, that joint, yeah."
Yeah, I think so. That's the last one I saw. It's the last Marvel movie I saw.
Yeah. When Ned was like, "I promise I'm not gonna turn into a supervillain and try to kill you." Yeah, we should all make that pact. And put your hand on the holy book that you respect, right? If you Muslim, whip up that Quran. I'm gonna whip out this Bible. You feel me? That's King James. and we gonna live stream like I promise not to start smearing campaigns and start calling each other Nazified bigots and homophobic. I mean, for Pete's sake, they were calling RT Bear and Ethan Van Sciver like homophobes and like because supposedly, and they took the stuff out of context. They took it twice removed out of context too, because one of the things we have to keep in mind is when we're doing shows, especially something like this, right? You can't go back on stuff I said here to entertain people who are tuning in not only during the live session but on the replay. We're all trying to entertain you, so you're gonna take stuff I said here and hold me to it like I'm running for Congress. Like, but what's your problem?
Right.
Well, you know, Brotep once said that the black community is like, what's your problem? So these people took something that these people, because if we were gonna do that with John Malin, I'd have canceled John Malin out my life a long time ago. But I know he's entertaining. So when he stuck, when he used the N-word in context of like he showed this really buff dude and then somebody who's really scrawny, and he was asking, I don't know if it was that Star Wars girl or Mandy or somebody, who would be best at picking cotton. And it's not my favorite joke in the world, but I get it in the context of him trying to be an entertainer. So that's one level removed in terms of context. The second level removed is narratively. So I forgot if it was RT Bear who made the joke or who made the comment. It wasn't even a joke, it was a comment about one of these guys. I don't know if it was Tess Fowler, who's surviving cancer at the moment. And he said something related to that. They wanted to cancel him. And then the group who's no longer part of Comicsgate, all right, they joined in there too. Like, yeah, those guys over at, like, come on, man. There's context. You know, content is king, context is God. Isn't that the axiom?
Yeah, context matters.
Yeah, that stuff looks good, Luke, man. And again, you made me sound like a little bitch about complaining for those diamonds earlier. You feel me? Hey,
but what's so good about this though is like
this dude Bitch Tap was out here complaining about drawing diamonds.
Did you call yourself Bitch Tap? That's hilarious. Hashtag Bitch Tap.
Hashtag Bitch Tap.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, put,
that's hilarious.
Put hashtag Bitch Tap complaining about diamonds when you put the tweet when he tweeted, but hashtag Bitch Tap was on here complaining about drawing too many diamonds on Mandy's fantastic character.
Yeah. and what I would say is, now that's what I call diamond encrusted. If you know
that's
what I'm saying.
I call diamond encrusted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it ain't what you see; it's what you don't see.
Yeah. Because notice he's left the eye to if you can zoom in here, so that we can actually break this down for people catching the replay. Like right now, what we got is fans looking, but we're gonna have these critics come through, and then, they're gonna come in with who was that guy who doubted Jesus? Doubting Thomas. No. Judas did a tad bit more than doubt Jesus.
He did a little bit worse, didn't
he? he did a little smidgen more than doubt Jesus. But we're gonna have a lot of doubting Thomases coming through. Well, this ain't all that great. No, I mean, they look all right. All right. So once you come through doubting Thomases and you take a look at this replay, notice how, because Bitch Tep was talking about drawing individual diamonds. Look at how Luke Stone went ahead and he let your eye complete all of those diamonds. He strategically placed details where the diamonds would fall, and then your eye completes the detail later on. Like when your eye's looking at the gauntlets, right? He's already shaped the contour and the silhouette of the gauntlet with diamond shapes. Then your eye fills in the rest of the diamond's body. Your brain is saying, I see diamonds everywhere. I see diamonds, right? It's like what do you call them?
Really, all you see is squiggles.
Nice. The hater crew's gonna come. Well, all I see are scribbles. All right, lots of scribbles.
Well, you're right. There's scribbles.
You know,
That's what I did. I
but,
scribbled, but
yeah, but
it looks like
there's-
something.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
They're strategic scribbles.
Strategic scribbles. This looks
Strategic.
fantastic. And then you definitely know the where are her organs crew's gonna come through. So about you're objectifying. Well, look,
They're right
it's
here.
a drawing. It's a drawing.
They're right
It's an
here in the
object.
middle. Here, I'll
Yeah.
show you where they
What?
are. I'll make
Yeah.
a new layer.
Make a new layer. Show you where her organs are.
I'll give this a nice red.
Oh, like
Right in here
like Aloy
is her
from
intestines.
That's
that
what. That's where
Here's
her
her
heart. All right.
There are
That's where her
lungs.
heart is. All right.
Right, this is her stomach.
Yep.
And this is the other stuff in there.
Yeah.
And here, right there. Right there is where the organs are.
Their organs. All right. You're assuming her gender, bigot. Their organs. That's where their organs are.
Further. How do you
Oh
know
my
it's a
God.
she?
Exactly.
I'm not
All
a
right?
biologist.
How do you? Can you explain to us, Luke Stone, what a woman is?
Yes.
And then,
Hold on. Now this is
Oh,
very
God.
complicated, okay?
and then you could make that face. What's her name? Who just got? I can't believe they passed her. And then she's in there for life now. That's a lifetime appointment. Y'all know this, right?
I've known a couple of
The
women.
lady who makes
okay?
a face when they tried to ask her what a woman is, and she couldn't explain it, and then she made a face like we were stupid for asking her in the first place. She's in there for life.
No, okay. This does not make you a woman. Okay?
This does not make her a woman.
That does
All
not make
right.
you a woman. You know what makes you a woman? Having a uterus inside
Mm-hmm.
of there makes you a woman.
Listen, you know they'll say that,
I
or you
learned
can
that
have
in
it
school.
removed. Once you have it removed, let's say you have cancer in the uterus and they have it removed. Is she a woman there? I think we
yeah.
should go. Well, I think we should go further and be like, look, double X chromosome. There's no surgery for that. All right, there are no pills you take for your double X chromosome. All right, so if she has a
Chromosome.
uterus and uterus related organs, that's a woman. All right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That right there. Woman. By the way, for the SJWs who have power in the industry, I was just playing a role over here. I still want a job. It's in the context of jokes, and I was just playing around. What happened was they had contacted me on Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez,
They
man.
contacted me on Twitter.
He just
They
drops
said-
on us
they
like
said,
that,
"Bro,
doesn't he?
stop."
You know, I mean, hey, apparently, have you been watching too much Just Some Guy? I mean, really?
Yo, that dude's imploding, man. I don't know what's up with that dude, bro. He lost his whole shit, and I mean, what else can one say? Did you see the stuff he just made with the bisexual Batman
You know
thing?
what? I just realized she looks a little bit like Jodie Sweetin.
Jodie who?
Jodie Sweetin.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, the from Full House.
Doesn't she? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
She
she
looks a
does.
little bit like Jodie Sweetin.
Yeah, she's on. She's on that new Survivor kind of show thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
reality TV.
Yeah, it's a reality show. I forget what it's called, but
That's what
it's
I need to do. I need to
They
put-
still have those. They still have
Yeah.
reality TV. They learned nothing from what happened to Trump.
well, no, Mark Burnett is a
You're gonna
genius.
get all kinds of presidents from these things, man.
Mark
You gotta be
Burnett.
kidding.
Mark Burnett is a genius. I mean, he's awesome. but yeah, no, I forget. I think it's called like The Great Adventure or something like that. Let me see.
If I could elaborate for the uninitiated as to what I meant by have they learned nothing from Trump. You guys remember when Trump was running for president and they whipped out some reality TV era clip when he was on a bus? And clearly, again, 3 or 4 times, these people don't just take you out of context. They take you 3-4 times removed out of context, right? So for those of you who don't remember reality TV, again, I didn't know that was still a thing. I thought that got wiped out once the writer's strike. Because remember, that took sway, that dominated television because of all those writer strikes. And then the TV producers was like, well, reality TV, we're no longer going to need any stories. We'll just cut the camera on and people can just, act the fool. So during that time, 1 second, please.
Okay.
Allergy season. I figure I'd spare you guys my sneezing. But once the reality craze got saturated, the more extreme that you were in the show that you're involved in, they hired based on that. So they hired what was her name? Omarosa.
Yes.
They hired her because she's a troublemaker and because she says extreme, outrageous things. And all these other different personalities at the time who would come into a show where people are bored, they want to click to another channel, but suddenly Omarosa comes on and says something crazy, right? So they brought in Trump because he's a bigger than life kind of character walking out in the real world. And they put him on a bus with this guy, I forgot what the guy's name was, egging him on. Yeah, what about her, huh? What about her, huh? And so he got put on that show, that segment, because it's reality TV. That's the concept. Say something outrageous and we get the views. But then suddenly now in 2022, at the time 2016 through 2022 now, we're going to go back through all of those reality TV shows and we're going to pluck out things that were said back then that we all laughed at. All of them laughed at it back then. All the people who are clutching their pearls, all of them laughed at that shit back then. When he said, grab her by the, right? They all laughed at that joint back then. Because it's reality TV. Oh, that's outrageous. When you meet Trump, when you go to his hotels, and you meet him, that he's not going to be that person. That was in the context of reality TV. And they plucked that out and they placed that as, that's who we're hiring for the highest office in the land. That joint was crazy. So I don't know why people are still having reality TV shows when Trump was a prime example of not to have those shows anymore. Until
now you gotta mess it up.
You might want to be somebody important later on.
I can fix it.
That looks good. That looks official, fam. That's an official cover right there, fam.
I gotta take that Marvel off there, so I don't get deleted.
Mm-hmm.
You should have went old school, but I would have. That's just me.
I tried. I can't find it.
Pull up
the old school.
Pull up some old Fantastic
you can't find it in PNG.
Awesome.
You can't find it in PNG form, right?
Yeah,
that's hard to find in PNG form.
Yeah, I'm not liking that either.
You put that logo back there. You feel me? They gonna flag your. They're gonna flag your channel here. They're gonna flag your. They're gonna be like it's brand confusion.
I think I found it, Luke.
I think I found it too.
Good.
I just gotta try to get it to download. Come on, quit being as stupid.
All right. Well, I threw what I found in the private chat because it's a PNG, no background. Looks pretty high res. Oh, so Piper says she says I want to go to there, but she says I must sing. She was complaining that she couldn't make it to the open mic that was from days ago. But it's kind of funny, like the algorithm, it showed up for me too this evening, and she's like, "Well, I'm here," and someone told her, "Oh yeah, that was from the 16th," and she's like, "Oh." So that's what I told her. I was like, "Hey, but we're over here." She says, "But I can't sing." All right, so we got a little hot take, at least for me. So in the chat, we got and I don't. I guess it's either Ryan or Ryan. Maybe I'm
Ryan.
Ryan. I love that.
Ryan.
So says the boys is going to be surprising, and then I guess it's Dr. Hino, 419 says, "Oh yeah, that's getting a season 3, right? How's that looking so far? I haven't watched the trailer." And then, of course, I had to chime in because I couldn't get past the 3rd episode in season 1 of The Boys. Personally, that's just me.
You didn't like The Boys?
No, and I can go into why, but yeah, with this. So Dr. Hino says, "I wish I didn't watch season 2. I don't hate the show, but its quality is dipping." Well, I just couldn't. I mean, I don't know, man. There's just things going on in that show that just hurt my feelings, and I just can't. I just can't, man.
That show's all about shock value.
What's that?
It's all about shock value with that show.
It really is, and I can't be.
It's a little too much for me.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't. I can't do it, man. And I think what really did it for me. Spoiler alert, I guess, for anybody, but when I saw the kid and like the senator and his son, and they're looking out the window, and it's like, oh yeah, and it's like their favorite superhero, you know, and he's like this messed up D-bag version of Superman, and he destroys the plane with him in it, and I'm just like, okay, I'm out, and I don't even like Superman, but I like what he stands for, you know.
Yeah.
And then, but then just to have bad villains that are just, or you know, the superheroes are villains. It's like no one's a good guy in that show, and I'm not sticking around long enough to find any redeeming qualities of anybody in it. But I think one of the things that really bothered me was how the real villain that they're trying to say is corporatism, which on the surface they're trying to say it's capitalism, but
but you know that's what they meant to say.
but to me, it's, you know, corporatism is really the villain, but they don't come at it that way. So I'm out. You know, for that reason, I'm out. As Mark Cuban says on Shark Tank, to quote popular reality star.
With corporatism in my book, you know, that's the secondary villain.
The reason why I don't like that show. 1 second, please. Sorry. Yeah, the reason I don't like that show is I don't like the deconstruct.
He said something.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
No, these allergies. I had a sneeze just now.
Oh.
Yeah, but listen. These people, they won't leave our heroes alone.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, deconstructing everything. Like I'm with you on that, man. Like, and I will say, you know, the reason I quit watching The Boys is the reason I picked up watching Invincible. And even though in Invincible, you know, it kind of does a similar kind of thing, there's still heroes in it. So at least I can get behind some, you know, stuff going on there. So,
well, okay, this is where some of my leftist leanings might come out.
Okay,
I can get what message the Invincible series was trying to get at, and you know, I get it. Imperialism is wrong, right? We wouldn't, you know, history happened how it happened, but sitting here in 2022 America, we wouldn't want an imperial power to come and you know, subjugate us, right? So with I don't know if you guys got that from Invincible, but it's an allegory for conquistadors. It's basically the Viltrumites are the Spanish Empire expanding, and humans were Native Americans. Mark, is it the kid? He's kind of like a hybrid between a Native American and a modern Hispanic person. And how they. 1 second.
Yeah, I think I get that.
How the modern mestizo has to choose between two heritages, right?
Mm-hmm.
The primary, there's not even a primary heritage, because the Hispanic mixture varies from Hispanic person to Hispanic person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But definitely they have Spanish in their blood, but they have Native in there too. And so Mark is kind of like a mestizo. All the allegories were there. That where the Mayan Empire, whatever the empire was, when the Spanish came over and they subjugated that side of America. So I don't necessarily agree with all the messages that were in there, but they did make their points, whatever points they were trying to get across. They made it more clearly than the boys does with their message.
Yeah.
And what is the boys' message? Like all they're doing is deconstructing hero by hero by hero.
Yep.
Hey, you know this warrior woman from an ancient culture? Hey, she has to be lesbian, right? Yeah, we get Wonder Woman was on an island full of women, and so Maeve, being kind of like an anagram for Wonder Woman, yeah, she'll be an LGBT person. Yeah, but do you know she's also blah 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 blah? It's like, okay, stop deconstructing our heroes, just give us heroics, right? But no, they have to be edgy, they have to deconstruct it. Hey, like Superman is not realistic, right? Because anyone with that much power, they'd be jerking off on rooftops of skyscrapers. No, Superman wouldn't do that. That's you making shit up with your homeland, right? So there's no message with the boys. They're all over the place, right? Because one initial message with the boys was that Butcher and his crew are supposed to be the ones championing the phrase "being human is enough," right? Let us take charge of our own destinies. We don't need superpowered rulers, right? That's kind of like the message with them existing on the show. But then now they're gonna have superpowers too, and not for nothing, but they were doing just as much messed up things as the heroes were doing. The quote unquote heroes were doing.
Exactly.
How is Butcher? How is Butcher and how he treats people under him? Like, basically, he's going beyond hazing with how he treated that new guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is that he didn't kill him. The Homelander bullies people too, and then you're bullying people.
Yeah.
And what am I supposed to take from that? The Boys is a shit show. It's a very well produced shit show. Like, the effects are great, acting is top notch, but nah, I'll pass. Hard pass. Especially the exploding head thing. They took that too far.
It's a little too far. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there you go.
And
anyway,
then
we've been at this for 2 hours. I've gotten 2 pieces of work done.
2 hours? That went by fast.
Yeah, I've gotten 2 pieces of work done in that amount of time.
You got two covers. That's 2 covers that one Mandy's gonna thank you for. She loves fan art of her shit. She's gonna be like, "Oh my god, that looks great." So Mandy's gonna thank you, and Marvel's gonna send you a cease and desist.
They could hire me.
Oh, hopefully.
Like,
well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you want to work for them.
I would not work for them.
I heard their page rate is like working at McDonald's sweeping floors.
Ugh.
That's what I heard. But it's a great thing to have on your resume, apparently. Ask Heather Antos, right?
Who was shilling for trying to get a new
computer,
new computer? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would not work there. Not that I would ever be offered a job there, but I kind of want to be able to do what I want to do, and I don't know that I would like writing a story that I don't like.
If I could just opine and expand on the Heather Antos computer thing for a little bit, it kind of shows you how seriously she takes her job to begin with. I mean, me being a freelance person, I don't even work for anyone big yet, right? But I have several computers. They're not all as good as my main work computer, but I can get by on them. How are you going to work for a big company, whatever the company is that she works for now? I don't really keep up with her.
She's a writer, isn't she?
Where? For whom?
Editor?
For whom? I don't know.
Her Twitter bio says she's like an editor. I think IDW. Yeah, senior editor at IDW for Star Trek.
Okay. So that's where she took. Okay, all right.
You can go to the library.
That's where she took the show. She took the show on the road. All right.
You can go to the library and open that up. In your
and she says previously Image, Valiant, Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, etc. Creator of Signal Boost Sunday. She, her.
That's a rap sheet. That's
well, every time
where I'm no longer. AKA where I'm no longer allowed.
That's a list of crime scenes, is what that is.
Well, every time she posts the Signal Boost Sunday, I'll do that. That's bait meme. Like that's me, man. I'll put that up there. I'm like, that's bait. Because I mean, and that's the thing too, is like I don't trust. Whenever they put this stuff up, I'm like, man. As soon as one of us throws something up there, it's like, oh, this is who we can block this week.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but they'll frame whatever it is you say, unless it's literally you go girl. Unless it's literally you go girl or yes queen, with the flair. Yes. Unless it's that shit.
What the flair?
It's harassment.
What the flair?
Oh, what the flair?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words.
Yes. You guys never heard someone flamboyant say that shit?
Yeah,
it's a hell of a thing. I love it. I love it. It's mad funny.
Eric Grant says, these look really nice, Luke. Well done.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Hat's way off.
Unless it's congratulatory, it's harassment. So the stuff she recently said, that creators should be compensated for their creations, right?
Yeah.
If you show up there and you go, well, we've been saying that for a long time. She'll frame it and be like, see, more of those harassers saying that they said it first, and therefore me, a small, tiny white woman, should shut up. Whatever it is you say, if it's not literally, oh yes, queen, then it's harassment. So that's why I was telling people, at least I don't tell nobody nothing, but I was suggesting to people, look, don't engage. If you want to take a snapshot of what she says to make fun of her, that's what I do. But don't engage. Don't put nothing on her timeline. Don't DM her. Definitely, God Lord, no, don't DM her.
No, I stay away from that.
Yeah, because your DMs, she'll finally have something. Because remember, she had claimed that she was getting death threats in her DMs. And since she didn't get any death threats, she didn't have anything she could take snapshots of. But now if you do DM her, then she can sift through and twist things. And then she'll have DMs that she can post and say, look, they said, go die in a fire. Therefore, they said they're going to come to my house and set it on fire and block all the entrances and exits. That's what she'll do. And I know this because Renfamous does the same thing. Hey, Renfamous, go plan traffic. oh, you see, he said he's gonna push me into oncoming traffic on a highway, but like, no, I just basically told you to go to hell. Oh, you see, he wants me to go to the afterlife. He's gonna come and personally choke up. No. And the same 50 people who like everything on their timelines are gonna retweet what you said or what she recontextualized that you said. You see here. Don't forget to put that tweet when you tweet that joke. And that's one of the lessons that I've been learning from guys like EVS, because EVS started his channel some time ago before we all knew about him, and he wasn't really getting any traction because what he did was he posted, straight up, hey, see me watch me draw Flash, and you see his huge man hands drawing Flash, right? Those are the manliest hands I've seen, bro. those are some catcher's mitts. Those are some, you feel me?
Meat claws.
It's some meat claws. Hey, his woman's fine by it, I imagine. He's got man hands. He ain't got no what do you call them? Bitch mittens. He ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? but this dude EVS was basically doing drawing videos like we're doing here. But see how I'm doing right now? I'm saying we, because we drew this, Luke.
Yes, collectively we made this happen.
We drew this because I was in the room while it happened. Okay, that's my
hey, we all want to be in the room where it happens.
The room where it happens. The room where it happens.
But here's the thing.
Aaron
EVS
Burr.
was doing that,
Yeah,
but until he became kind of like an entertainer, like throw it out there and be a goofball. Somebody's gonna send this clip to him and say, "See, Brotep called you a goofball." But once he started goofing around, cutting heads off of what's that hot Asian woman that Disney
Rose.
made look ugly?
Yeah.
Rose.
Name was Rose, I think it was.
Rose Tico. Until he started cutting off heads off Rose Tico dolls and being the only person in the United States to buy Rose Tico from the toy shelves. Until he started doing that, he didn't get any traction. So I think we should kind of do that kind of thing. So
No, I don't want to do that.
tweet. Do that tweet.
No, man, I don't want to be that. That's the thing, man. I don't want to be that.
You don't want to be that?
No, man. I want to be, I want to be true to my Christian faith. I want to stay safe for work. I want to.
Oh, that's what
I want
you
to
mean.
get there by. I want to get there by being good and writing good stuff, not by being a controversial figure. That's my. And I know it's going to be longer to get there, but I don't care.
Yeah, that's a hard climb, homie.
That's the path I want to take.
I hear you. I mean, it'll be more rewarding, definitely, but it's a harder climb. I'm not sure if I have that. If I have that sort of wherewithal, homie. But the thing is, I'm a natural goofball anyway, so it won't be a stretch for me. It's not like I won't be myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I gotta give credit to Eric July for even bringing me into this space, because he brought up EVS. He brought up EVS, and I was like, "Who's EVS?" And so I looked him up. I'm like, "Oh!" And then as soon as I watched Comic Pro Secrets or whatever, like this one, and it's just Ethan Van Sciver just sitting there talking. I was like, "What is this?" And the more I listened, I thought, "Man, I got to be a part of this." And so, boom, here I am.
I like this movement. I really do.
Is that an arrow in the bottom? I see an arrow. There's a fight scene back there, Luke.
Yeah.
I see an arrow. That looks good, man. I'll never understand the whole arrow thing that people are doing in comics, but yeah. Didn't we learn?
What are you talking about, arrow thing?
Didn't we learn from the Native Americans? Arrows don't work versus bullets, player. You got Green Arrow. You got
They do for this one.
no.
Do it!
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, that Chrome Dog look fire, pimpin'.
Well,
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
Oh no, don't do that to me, bruh. Bruh. I just damn it, Luke. You see, I thought you was alright, player. I thought you were okay. I don't know why you gonna do this.
oh man, B-Rose coming in here. Coming in here the last minute.
Hey, watch it, wait. For God's sake.
Yeah, basically that's what you
That's
just
what I
did,
did.
man.
That's what I did with the
I don't
Gail
know why.
Simone.
Yo, I thought you were okay, man.
Emotional damage.
You better watch out. He's gonna hit us
You
with
know,
all of
yeah.
them.
One tap.
That's how I feel, yo.
Oh
This
man.
dude showed me her, yo. There's a reason why I don't even yo. I don't follow people who follow her. So
I'm
like,
pretty
forget
sure,
following her. I don't follow people who follow. I don't want any chance of her. Listen, her tweets, they enrage me so much. It's the Aunt Hume. I'm gonna just shut up, yo.
Your actions have consequences. When you oppress people, they rise up in a fiery anger.
Oh god, yo. Oh my
Hopefully
god.
the conversation in tonight's draw stream does not get me canceled.
I like that there's an absence of people and it's just the pulp.
Yeah.
Oh
Or
god.
What
man.
if there was like this one lone hand just like
Yep.
drawing and like I don't know some kind of dirt on their finger and they're just
If it's really
etching into the
detrimental,
wall.
it's really
But you-
detrimental. I play this one.
Mhm.
Oh snap!
But it seems like you know what the funny thing is though? It seems like Luke, you're probably before you're even famous, like Dave Chappelle, right? You're already uncancelable because
I don't care,
you're not giving anybody anything to dangle in front of you. There are no carrots they could dangle in front of you. You're already making your own paper. You're on issue 8 of your own stuff already.
I'm like, cancel me, I dare you.
Yeah, and you got like 4 issues on deck. You got 8 in the bag, and like 4 on deck. You got a game made out of your stuff. Cancel what? So that's good, man. That's good.
I've got 100 people that buy my stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them.
You're welcome. I'd like to get 200 people.
And you got the skills that pay the bills. Because
Honestly, if I could get an audience of 300 people that buy my book every time I make one, that would be a comfortable space for me, I think.
Yes,
I would
sir.
be happy with that.
So yeah. So Chrome Dog for sure. That should be a name on everybody's lips. Chrome Dog.
Yep.
Just buy my book.
Buy my book.
What a story, Mark.
I'll show some hairy cleavage. Buy my book.
You go to
I'm gonna go out and buy some more,
Okay.
and I think you should too.
Hey, see the trash man.
You want to see the trash man? Everyone.
Trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring.
Yo, y'all know I met him downtown Manhattan. He stepped out. He was, I don't know if he still smokes, but hopefully I ain't dry snitching on dude, but he was smoking something. It didn't look like cigarettes, but he was out there and he was smoking, and you know, I kind of gave him like a Mexican, you know, the Mexican chin tilt, like, what's up? And he gave me the same one back, like, sup. I was like, I just Mexican tilted Danny DeVito.
What's up, Danny?
Yeah, that's my
I love
dude.
Danny DeVito.
That's my dude. He's shorter than you think.
Well, I think he's pretty short.
Yeah. No. Whatever height you think he is, he's shorter than that.
He's shorter. He's shorter than that.
His wife is short. His wife's like 4 foot something, and she's like inches taller than him.
You guys all think I'm a hero, and I'll accept that responsibility.
That's my dude, yo. And
Yeah.
hey,
I can't make it. I try not to laugh. It's just too much.
no, that's my dude.
You should definitely buy,
He's just
buy these.
so funny.
So, Agent Zero, you've got, someone asked, you're the Chrome Dog guy. Yeah, you're the Chrome Dog guy. I'm the artist on that one.
Yeah.
You've
And
got
I
to
was in
sign
the
up,
room.
right?
I was in the room, yo.
And Rosette was in the room.
Hey, hold on now. Hold on. Let me give credit where credit's due, okay? Brotep, aka the Pencil Pimp, okay?
That's me.
He laid down some sick visual tracks, if I could use that euphemism. I mean, like, he helped me kind of get a little bit of a conceptual idea of what I was thinking, but
Luke nailed it. Luke nailed that joint.
yeah, he did, for sure.
But where I really get credit, again, it's the what I call a Stan Lee clause. All right, I was in the room, and you know, what, got too soon. Come on, man. We laid him to rest for years now. He's all right. Has it been 2 years? We can say it now. We can say it now. He didn't create everything. Sometimes the dude was just in the room. Sometimes he was just in the room, and sometimes that's enough too. Since he has a lot of experience and a lot of creativity, you know.
Oh yeah.
He could point over Steve Ditko's shoulder and says, "Move that up a little bit more," and then he gets half the credit. You feel me? But you know, a lot of people have said this. That it's not. I'm not committing some sort of mortal sin here by saying it. That he didn't create every single thing. You know, sometimes he was in the room and he promoted very well. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's now Disney is resurrecting him so that they can use as metaphorically, obviously, for those of you who like taking things out of context, they're resurrecting his zombified corpse to sell tickets to Disneyland.
It's
right?
a little awkward. Yeah, I don't.
Oh really? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, they're putting a CG version of him in.
Oh.
There are these contracts. So I've been signing a lot of NDAs since I've been putting stuff on Twitter. I've been getting people who want stuff commissioned, and a lot of people who they don't want me disseminating what they have or disclosing. So they have me sign NDAs. Some of these NDAs that are custom made, they're ridiculous. You shall not mention anything of this till the end of time.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty funny,
so yeah, that's pretty funny. So these guys over at Disney, they took this literally. So when Stan signed this stuff that said, you know, we have license to your likeness till the end of, you know, till the sun goes supernova, you know, I don't think Stan meant that. Disney, that's not literally what he meant. Like when we go to another planet, another universe, we'll be taking the image likeness of Stan to exploit and the Alpha Centauri constellation. That's not what the man meant when he signed that contract. But these people are resurrecting the dead corpse of a beloved figure that we all revere so that they can sell tickets. Like mind blown. Mind just completely blown. They tried to do something really janky, similar to the creator of Ghost Rider, where they Ghost Rider's creator, I forgot what his name is at the moment, but he was saying, look, at the time when I created Ghost Rider, you guys paid me like $20. Wouldn't it be nice if the almost $1 billion that the Nicolas Cage, I'm being generous, the $500 million that the Nicolas Cage films made, if you guys could kick me a little something because I'm having operations that I can't pay for, right? I'm going into chemo or whatever the hell he was going through. Wouldn't it be nice if you guys kicked me a little something on the side for having created this thing you're exploiting? They responded by making an example of him. What they did was they sued him. They not only did they get the courts, I don't know whose palms they greased, but they got the court. You got canceled at your gym, Ryan.
I almost got canceled at his gym.
Ryan's gonna make me go through the chat and incorrectly pronounce everybody's name.
For real, check this out. So,
Eric, Eric.
I was in the hospital.
What's my man, Eric?
I was in the hospital last year. I got COVID, right? So I realized that I hadn't been to the gym in months, and they're still taking money out every month, right? Nice. And I realized that, they're telling me I'm going to die, so I probably ought to cancel that so my family don't have to keep paying for my stupid gym membership, right?
Wow.
So I call them up and I say, hey, I need to cancel my gym membership. They go, well, we need you to come in and sign some paperwork. I go, listen, I'm in the hospital with COVID. They're telling me I'm not going to make it out of here, so you're just going to have to cancel that thing. So maybe I can talk to a manager or something. He's like, yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
And so he comes back on and is like, yeah, my manager canceled your membership. You're all set now. Like, thanks.
These people were just gonna have you come in there. Let's say you didn't say that it was a contagious affliction that you had. They were gonna have you told them you had your life threatened by a hospital stay. They were gonna have you come. They would drag your ass down there anyway, so you can sign some papers. Let me just stop right here before I lose my religion up in here, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider was created by Roy Thomas, Gary Friedrich. That's who I meant, bro. Who let's credit who it is, because I watched this guy named Tariq Nasheed, and when people help him out, like he'll say, I forgot who's this guy's name, and then someone help him out, right? Instead of giving the person credit, he's like, somebody gave me the answer. Yeah, somebody said, like, dude, just give him a shout out. So Agent Zero, well, since you're on the panel,
yeah,
you're on the panel. So good looking out, bro. Yeah, that's the name I forgot. Gary Friedrich.
Okay, so it's Gary that was dying or whatever.
Yeah, I think he's since passed away. Rest in peace to that brother. But he created or co-created, because you showed me Roy Thomas co-created it. But Gary Friedrich, he was getting sued. Disney was like, you remember all those times after we didn't say anything for the past, I don't know, 20, 40, 50 years of you going into MegaCon, New York Comic Con, and all these different places across the country, and you were making sketches of Ghost Rider, and well-off dentists were paying you $85 per 2-inch sketches, and then you were able to pay your bills. We're gonna need the lion's share of that money back. All right. So you want the address of where to mail the check? Yeah, they did that to him. They did that.
Insult injury, right?
So like that's crazy, and that's one of the things that filled me with chagrin. See, Agent Zero, I use big words.
I like chagrin.
How I speak, motherfucker.
Oh my!
No, but I was filled with sadness and chagrin when Neil Adam passed, because another layer to that was that Neil Adams was one of the first people who said, hey, you know what? Maybe these guys who draw the things you enjoy, maybe you should kick them a little something on the side, for what they did. You know what? You're making t-shirts out of it. How about they get a t-shirt?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you know how we put the original, and I kid you not. You know how we put the original art pieces that we have you draw, we have them draw, the artists draw. You know how we put it through a paper shredder, because we're afraid that the competition across the street, at the time Marvel and DC were across the street from each other in New York. because we're afraid that the competition across the street will get their hands on it and they'll somehow get figures and they'll swipe figures. So we're shredding the original art. How about we don't do that? How about we give it back to the creators so that they can sell it, on the market and maybe be able to pay their bills? How about that? So they shredding, and this is from Neil Adams' own mouth, and it was uncontested by the people he accused of doing it. In fact, in some ways, they were proud of it. Like, yeah, we were holding on to our intellectual property. Neil Adams had said, in his own words, that these people were shredding the original art. Like, let's say, Luke, you print out the pencil version of what you're drawing right there, and then you ink it traditionally so that you can have like a solid thing that you can sell. They're gonna take and they're gonna put it through a paper shredder, so that Brotep doesn't be like, you know what, that's a nice poem. I'm gonna use that for my company. They did that stuff, and Neil Adams was the one who was fighting for rights, for artist rights, for that, among other things, to stop happening. So I was filled with a lot of melancholy that passed, because that's if anyone can be called a national treasure who is not a well-known celebrity, that's Neil Adams.
And he touched so many in the, like, his fingerprints were all over lots of pieces and characters, for sure.
Yes, sir. And artist styles.
Yep.
And people's lives, as opposed to the people SJWs look up to, who touch people literally and have their fingerprints on children. Neil did it stylistically. All right, Neil did it metaphorically and stylistically, and influenced and touched our talents and our abilities, our skill sets. No respect to that, brother. Rest in power, bro. Rest in power.
So, Luke, over there with your ninja sketching, do you wanna show that to the rest of the class while we try to hit everybody up for super chats?
Do it.
So if you like what you see, we got, let's see, this is our third sketch in this, apparently this multi-part in the same live stream series of awesome artwork done by Luke Stone Studios. Go ahead and hit that bell to get notifications for next time, because probably, who knows, maybe next time he'll go for like 6 in an hour or something. Like that. Dude's super fast.
And he'll go like 6 to enrage me more.
Nice. But yeah, share the video out, and super chats are open. You can donate a nickel, a dime, 2 pennies, or $5, like let's see, was it the Woke Breaker did earlier? So
you got the wrong music back there, Luke. Put on some like Sarah McLachlan, so I can go. I'm gonna be like, for less than the cup of coffee, the price of a bagel or a cup of coffee, you can.
Nice.
Yo, that's sick. Who is that?
Looks like Ghost Rider.
Well, not every skull. Well, that is Ghost Rider. Not every skull-headed character is Ghost Rider, guys.
No, I hate
this is one. This is Ghost Rider.
This is Ghost Rider, though. Yeah.
I mean,
talks about Ghost Rider. It made me want to draw him.
This dude, Luke has learned nothing. I just told him that they sued Gary Fedrick. Luke took nothing away from that story. Oh God, Luke took nothing away from that story. Luke ain't saying, "Well, you know what? I'll try not to draw Ghost Rider from now on."
I think Luke ain't scared. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Cease and desist me, I dare you. I'll just take it down and draw it again.
It's called ownership of means of production. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to learn some stuff, go to Mises.org. Okay, this draw stream brought to you by Mises.org. Get educated, people.
Oh, wait.
Mises.
Plug the actual website, guys. Lukestone.com, right? Was it Lukestone Studio? LukestoneStudios.com. You gotta plug the website also. On a serious note, plug it.
All right, so I guess is it Dr. Hino or D Rhino? I just thought of that.
I call him everything.
Oh, I love it.
D Rhino
419 just dropped $1.99 and said, "Sure, why not?" So there you go.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
In the arms of an angel.
I'm glad you're the one singing.
From here.
I'm glad you're the one singing. Bro tap.
This poor artist can finally
buy a cup of coffee.
Finally buy a coffee. Oh my God, no!
Oh man!
Oh no! Oh, that was a shit. Oh,
I think we broke him.
Yo,
yeah, we broke the boat.
That's material. I'm gonna use that. Half of that shit's mine. I'm gonna use that.
All right. Yeah. You were in the room.
For the price of a cup of coffee.
You were in the room when it happened.
So you can allow this artist to buy a cup of coffee
for the price of a cup of coffee.
Yeah. You I mean, but seriously, like, how many artists have we seen draw on a stream like this? Even though we're pushing, what is it, 2.5 hours now? Yeah, it's actually over. But just like bang out 3 sketches. I mean, what? Even if you were to stop right now, Luke, I mean, daggone, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was speed art that he had running in the back.
Oh, you know, what? Hey, that's a good. I'm glad you brought that up. He said he thought. Yeah, he thought speed art. He thought you were doing like your storm sketch or the Chrome Dog cover. Yeah, like
no, this is me, bro.
But
no, like, son of a.
So I'm glad you brought that. I noticed where some of the streamers, and I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm noticing streamers are starting to like reuse old streams.
Yeah.
So they'll live stream with an old stream, and I think that's kind of. I mean, I don't know about that.
I think you're cheating your audience, and you know what? I'm sure there's use for it, but oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble. But a lot of the streams that I'm seeing, they're based solely on controversy. So they're gonna get limited use of that anyway because that kind of dates. But some of them, they generally complain, right, about the industry, like forced diversity in comics, etc., so that they can reuse that stuff when they're not, whatever. So if you're doing that, what's the replay factor on that? It's just, it's anger farming, right? As the other side,
some replay, because people are going to want to go and EFAP that stuff, and they're going to want to, oh, did you see what they said? Well, you got to go listen to what they said so that we can be all mad about it together.
Yeah. I appreciate, and for John Malin and EVS listening to this playback, it's not that I'm saying I don't want to be on the show, but on a serious note,
if those guys listen to the playback,
listen. On a serious note, what you're doing here, that's more content for me that's more genuine. That it's not based on something external that's happening. It's based on you bringing your skills to the table, and me getting half the credit because I'm in the room, and then we can all have what do you call it? A genuine experience. You know what I mean? Not one based on how angry you are at the time because Brie Larson said something recent that's messed up or whatever. Yeah.
Did she say something that was messed up? I don't know.
No. It's an example.
Oh, okay.
Who's the controversial figure du jour who's saying messed up things? Simu Liu of what do you call it? Shang-Chi.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he said that somebody didn't speak Chinese properly on the what's that show called? On Moon Knight. Somebody said I think Ethan Hawke said a Chinese phrase to somebody.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's like see, dude, Ethan, as far as I know, he's not Chinese, doesn't look Chinese, doesn't look like he grew up in China. So why don't you cut the dude a break, man? But these guys, they blame you for anything. Especially Ethan Hawke is a good target because he's white. He's a white male in an Egyptian show. Yeah, he's Anglo because the Egyptians are supposedly Caucasian, right? So
Yeah.
the distinction is he's Anglo.
I didn't know Egyptians were Caucasian.
All right, so
No, I don't know. I don't know if they're Caucasian. But last Egyptians I saw, there's a bunch of white people. I'm sorry, what?
Hi, Rhino. D Rhino 419 says, "Gotta run for now, or gotta run now. Need to start planning out things for my book." And by the way, it's not Ryan, it's Rion. So
Rion.
Boom.
That should still sound hood to me, bro. I'm gonna go through this chat and mispronounce everybody's name according to where I grew up. Let me see. Eric, where I saw Eric right here.
Eric.
My boy Eric. Rion.
Yeah.
Janifa, Jessica.
Nice. Balake. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I felt slighted.
Hey, John Zaro.
That dude made fun of that stuff, but
I love that.
we love that shit.
John
Nice.
Zaro, comics.
Yeah, comics.
John Zaro, comics.
Agent Zero comics.
John Zero,
John Zero.
comics.
Woke Breaker don't need any mispronouncing. That's good as it is, bro.
Yeah.
Woke Breaker.
Jay Quallen.
Jay
And
Quallen.
Balake.
That Key and Peele sketch. You know how many of us were like, yeah.
Nice. D nice.
Look, if you know a girl named Denise, and if she did anything creative, she would use the name D Nice. If she was a rapper, singer, graffiti artist, she'd use the name D Nice. You know what I'm saying? Aaron, yeah, Aaron, we'd say Aaron. Now, dude went too far. He said Aaron.
Yeah.
No.
He's like,
Dude,
you need to
was
go
Aaron.
down.
Yeah,
go down
to Aaron. It's Aaron. It's not
go
Aaron.
down. Go down to O'Shag Hennessy's office.
O'Shag Hennessy.
It's O'Shaughnessy. Get out of my.
You mean O'Shaughnessy? You mean Principal O'Shaughnessy?
Get out of my classroom. And then Peel coming in with the punchline there at the end. He's like, present.
Yeah. He's a Timothy.
Yeah. Present.
Yeah, man. That looks sick. The what do you call it? Depth of field.
Whew. Man.
You know, one of the things that I actually do appreciate with modern times, I sound like I'm from Shakespearean era, right? But with modern times is that we can actually, I forgot there's a term for it. Maybe you guys can help me out if you've ever heard of it, where the first 100 years, you only make a little bit of an advancement, and then next 100 years, it's only 50 years for you to make the next breakthrough, and then eventually, every year, there'll be new breakthroughs, and then eventually it'll be every month, right? So something like what you're doing here, where you get to try, let me try this position, let me try that element on the costume, let me try this particular what do you call it, piece on his uniform. Back then, you have to do a whole new drawing. So somebody like who's the guy that designed the Phoenix? I think John Byrne. Probably.
That sounds
Yeah.
right.
Somebody like John Byrne. I saw the Phoenix sketches. He'd have to do like 3 or 4 different sheets of it just to accomplish what we're able to do digitally now, where we try this, erase it, go back, and stuff. So I totally appreciate living in this time that we're in, and how if you master your craft like Luke Stone has mastered Clip Studio here, you get to develop like if you wanted that weird thing on the boot with the spikes, if you wanted it on the bicep instead, probably all he has to do is select it, shrink it, and throw it on the bicep. That's seconds worth of work, and those seconds add up if you're developing a character. Yeah, makes me appreciate stuff. It also makes me appreciate how many things are available for artists now. You guys know that Clip Studio, while I respect Clip Studio, that's not the only game in town. They're actually software that are completely free that you can use. That they're a bit harder to master. Some of them, like the GIMP, it's a bit harder to master.
Yeah, Inkscape is another one.
That's what I use for logos. That's my go-to for logos. And one for like what you're using here, Luke. There's one called Krita, and it's making big waves. Yeah,
I've tried it.
You tried it? How'd you like it?
It's not my favorite.
Well, when did you try it?
Reason.
I know, but when did you try it?
About the same time I switched here. It was one of them that I tried before I switched.
Yeah, but we don't know what that is. You know your timeline.
We don't for a long time, and I didn't care. I stopped using Photoshop because it started to I started crashing a lot. It was bugging out a bunch.
They'll do that,
and I didn't like it.
Yeah, but you got to give us a time frame. When did you? When is that? Did you use Krita?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Okay. 2 years. Yeah, something like that.
I recommend giving her another shot. Give her another shot because they vastly improved it. I tried it a couple of years ago too, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Hard pass. Well, actually, like 4 years ago, I tried it, and I was like, hard pass. But then I recently tried it. I'm like, yeah, this is good. They have if you want to render out a city very fast, they have kind of like a perspective tool where it lands like if you're doing bricks on a wall, immediately lands where your marks should be for that wall. It's helpful stuff.
Does it too.
Oh, Clip does it too?
Yeah, I just don't use it.
Oh, yeah, that's dude.
You
just eyeball everything.
Stuff old school. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Krita has that stuff too, man. Only thing is, Krita is completely free, but it's a bit of a learning curve. So,
speaking of learning curves, I'm picking up learning lettering, so I'm having to go through a crash course on Adobe Illustrator first, but then I think eventually I'm gonna have to do one on InDesign and probably Photoshop at some point. But yeah, I got this really cool book called The Essential Guide to Comic Book Lettering by Nate Picos. So shout out to that guy.
Right.
Because this book is fantastic, and I haven't even cracked the surface because I've got to a part where he's going into lettering templates and like how to make them or whatnot, and so I need to get a little more intimate with Adobe Illustrator. But yeah,
So
comic book
like,
lettering is no joke.
Hey Adobe, how you doing?
Yeah, exactly. I gotta up my game. But yeah, talking about Inkscape, like that was so. Here's a little biography little biography story time. So my mom, when I was real little, I was about 2 or 3. She went to the school here called Nashville Tech, and she learned, like, we're talking, I mean, this was early 80s, right? So like 82, 83, and she learned graphic arts design, old school, like physical, copy and pasting. Nothing digital then. And resizing photographs or resizing, images by using cameras in a studio. Like, it was some crazy stuff. Yeah. And so, she had all these different printing jobs and whatnot as I was growing up. And somehow it just kind of like stuck with me. So as I've gotten older, I may not be real good at drawing like Luke does here, but I've always kind of had an eye for design and things. And so when I started working at my job, like I was saying earlier, that I've been for 9 years, Mechanical Keyboards .com, another sponsor for this wonderful video. mechanicalkeyboards.com. I actually discovered what it was to have a mechanical keyboard, and that you can get these cool keycaps that are customizable and everything else. And so I figured out a way to make my own keycap designs, and so I started doing that as like a little side hobby. And so I had to learn Inkscape just kind of on the fly, and I used that to make these what are known as legends, or the letters, or it's basically the image that's on the keycap itself. And in order to make the files for the manufacturer to make the keycaps, I had to create it using vector files that I kind of took silhouettes of different designs, and I turned them into vectors that were the right sizing for the drill to make the molds for these keys. And in that process, not only did I learn that part of design, but then I also learned the side that's most relevant to what we're doing here in this space with crowdfunding. And I actually crowdfunded my own stuff all on my own with Google Forms, and just having a presence on a forum, a mechanical keyboard forum. And so with just letting people know, hey, I've got this coming up. If you're interested, here's an interest check. And so people would kind of chime in as like, yeah, I'd like to see that and this and that. And then next thing you know, I'd open it up for orders, and then people would place their order with me and give me their address and everything. And then I would just send them PayPal invoices at that time. And then if I made my funding goal, then I can move forward to production, and then get the stuff produced. And then as soon as it came in, I go into fulfillment, and which is all very familiar. This is all familiar. This part of the business is familiar ground to me. So I feel like I could do it on my own without needing Indiegogo. It would be nice if I could do that. I don't know. We'll see. Proof of concept, right?
Yeah, but it sounds like you were doing this before it was cool.
Well, but see, the thing is, yeah, it was cool, but I was pigeonholed because I was making these Fallout inspired keycaps. So if you're familiar with the video game franchise Fallout, I was making these themed keycaps, and it kind of came down to I didn't want to make those anymore. I wanted to make some other, make some other designs. But these people were like, no, we want this. And I'm just like, I don't really want to do that. And not to mention my pressures of my day job. I had customers, I had mechanical keyboard customers by day, and then I had my own customers by night. And it just, that part of everything just kind of burned me out. So I kind of hung up my jersey. Basically, I mean, because it's all, mechanical keyboard stuff, it's all related to the same business. And my creativity was not rewarded, because all the designs that I came up with, people would be like, nah, I don't know. Why don't you make some more Fallout keys? Like,
because I don't want to.
Exactly. I don't want to. It's like Luke over here. I mean, imagine this. What if Luke started, he was drawing GemShock, and it was like, he goes to start drawing She-Hulk, and then everyone's like, no, don't draw She-Hulk, draw more GemShock. And that's all they want. And it's like, well, we're going to leave you. We're never going to give you, a super chat or anything unless you give us what we want. It's like, only after so long, you're just like, well, maybe I'll find something else to do with my time. But yeah, long story short, I definitely know Inkscape, or I did. I kind of lost a lot of that knowledge just through not using it every day. But of course, I never actually used it to draw. I would always take a silhouette and use some of the features in it to create a vector from the silhouette, and then manipulate that vector. So,
oh man, you're not getting the full function of Inkscape then, bro.
That's true. That's true.
I use it for I use it to color. I color with that. That's why I was sharing a screen here. I colored these in Inkscape. I drew them traditionally, and then I colored them in Inkscape.
I wish I could see your screen, but it's all good. Oh, I see now.
Yeah.
Nice. That looks like Kamala Khan.
Yeah. I do fan art, so
nice. Heck yeah.
All in Inkscape. It's not the Amber Turd edition.
Oh boy.
Amber Turd.
Amber Turd. Hold on. I color. I bring it into I draw it traditional. It's Ray. Done lots of fan art for to get jobs. So I do it in pencil first, and I scan it in. Actually, I do traditional inking, and then when I scan it in. Because if I can get that going here. It's a really good program, guys. You could do a lot on it. And since it's all vector, it's always ready to print. If I wanted to get in trouble, I can go ahead and print Star Wars stuff, and mass produce.
Man, I would
doing the fan art thing.
I would love to like, I don't know. Part of me wants to fix Finn's story, man. Like, I just want to like go where they were wanting to go in that movie, in the franchise.
Which movie?
The Force Awakens. It was like you could feel that they wanted to take Finn to the next level, and they lost the plot because of reasons.
Yeah.
And I really I wanted to see him be the hero.
You mean Finn?
Me. What?
You mean Finn?
Finn, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Finn.
Well, you have to run that past Kathleen Kennedy. She's got her self-insert in there. Was it you who was saying this before, Luke? That these people should stop inserting themselves in these stories?
Yeah, I get sick of it.
Yeah, that's what Kathleen Kennedy did. She
It's
inserted
lazy,
herself
and
into.
it's unoriginal.
Yep. Yeah, that's what Kathleen did, bro. She hold on one second, she inserted her hyper feminist avatar. That's who Ray was. It was Kathleen Kennedy, the younger version. How she feels that she is. Yeah. So nobody else was gonna get some shine. Oscar Isaac wasn't gonna get some shine. Finn wasn't gonna get no shine. It was always gonna be all about Ray. But unintentionally, both those characters that she ignored ended up having the more interesting story arcs. I wanted to see where Poe was going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The best pilot, because he was the best pilot in the Resistance without having any force sensitivity.
Right.
Yeah.
That's mind blowing. You're not going to explore that, really?
I mean, and especially since Han. I mean, Han was he was the best pilot beforehand.
Well, that was kind of split between Han and Luke, though. Remember, Luke was exploding Death Stars and stuff, right?
Yeah, but Han did a pretty good job. I mean, I don't know. I guess he got the job done. Maybe he wasn't the best pilot.
Han was actually my favorite, Star Wars character. Don't get me wrong. I like Luke too, but I like Luke when he began being more like Han. When they started giving him, extended universe here, not
yeah.
So when I started seeing stuff from the novels and from comic books, especially Dark Horse, amazing stuff they were doing, where Luke basically absorbed some of Han Solo's cool. Well, he's going around with a blaster. He had a leather jacket, right? And along with his lightsaber, and he was calling people kid. Yeah, that's Han lingo. That's not Luke lingo, but I did like that quite a bit, and they missed. Wow, how do you pay $5 billion for a franchise like that, and then you don't put Han, Luke, and Leia and Lando in the same shot together or in the same scene? How does that happen? That takes skill to mess up that in that way. That's crazy.
Yes, it does.
That takes you know how out of your way. It's the most natural thing in the world to do it. You know how out of your way you have to go to not put those 3 in a room, or 4 rather, because Lando was as much beloved. You know how far out of your way you have to go to not put those 4 in a room. That was crazy. But they did it.
It comes back down to the deconstruction as well.
And the demotion.
Yeah.
When they demoted, and modern women blow my mind. Oh my God. So you don't want your daughter to be, don't call my daughter a princess. She's a warrior and a general. Both those stations you mentioned are below princess.
Right.
It's a demotion. Princess is royalty. She can literally have the two stations that you mentioned. She can literally have those guys exiled. Like, I don't like that general. Banish him. So because you're with this hyper feminist stuff, we can't call your daughter a princess or a queen or whatever. So Princess Leia is no longer Princess Leia. She's General Leia.
Mm.
She could still command the armies while being a princess.
Oh yeah,
Alexander, and she did. Back in the Gap, she did.
Mm-hmm.
What's the penultimate example of royalty commanding armies on the field is Alexander, an emperor, and he's on his horse at the front of the line.
Yep.
That's
Leading
crazy.
from the front.
That's crazy. Now we have General Leia, and that's how she went out. Rest in peace to I'm at a loss for her.
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher.
Rest in peace to
Yeah.
Times like doing
they let that woman go to her grave without giving her dues, yo. She's a princess, and she could have been like, queen, just like Queen Amidala. She could have been Queen Leia, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, we don't do princesses here. Why do little girls have to be princesses?
Well, never mind that. I mean, hello, Disney princesses, franchise. Hello.
but they're selective about it. They're selective about it, though.
Yeah.
Because Disney princesses are okay as long as it's empowered, right? They're empowering. They don't have to rely on a man.
Well, that's the thing. Like when I was growing up, if I can be so bold as to be a boy who had a favorite Disney princess, Belle was mine. I loved her because she was she's a librarian. She's she's a strong woman.
Yeah.
She really is as a character. She didn't really need saving. She was too busy trying to save her dad.
Yeah.
And I always liked that about her. And maybe a close second would be Jasmine, because I think she's in the same camp.
Yeah.
Aladdin's my favorite Disney movie of all time, for sure.
Yeah, see, that's who young Bro Tap could co-sign on. Because Jasmine was thick. That's who young Bro Tap was going.
That's what's up.
Jasmine was thick. And Aladdin, I'll co-sign on Aladdin too. I'll co-sign on Aladdin because he was, his whole story was really kind of like street level, sort of like Daredevil and stuff like that is for Marvel, where he's not a big prince or anything like that, right? Later on he gets some royalty stuff, but he's out there making it work. You feel me? He's grinding every day. He was out there pickpocket, and some versions he's pickpocketing, right? He's always on his grind. Dude was always on his grind. So I was really feeling Aladdin at the time, like that's my dude. And then Jasmine was thick, I like that she had a Latina look, with them big ass eyelashes, and the big eyelids. I was all for that shit. And so we grew up respecting. It's at no point did we not respect the Disney princesses, but somehow it's become a thing where they're saying we don't respect Disney princesses because we have marginalized them as women and we have objectified them as females, right? So it's kind of a very, I'd say it's confusing for one, and it's also, it's a shame because from going from princess to whatever else you name after that is a demotion. Oh, she's not a princess, she's a scientist. That's a demotion. The scientist makes stuff for the kingdom. And if the princess don't like that stuff, he's going to go back to that lab or atelier or the lair or whatever the hell they had at the time and redo what the princess asked them to do. That's a demotion. But yeah. Hey, is Ghost Rider in hell? What is that, Luke? What's that back there? Are those spiky mountains or flames?
I was thinking like some other dimension.
Yeah.
Like he's
Stalactites or something.
yeah, he's doing his little skipping from this plane to another.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Robbie Reyes did that in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. I don't like Robbie Reyes, but I like his design.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I mean, I get you. I get you on that for sure.
Yeah. That design is badass. I like that jacket. I fucks with that jacket. I'd buy that jacket. I'd buy in word. I wouldn't buy OG Ghost Rider's jacket because of them spikes. And but Reyes' jacket, I rock with that. I'd wear it. And the whole car thing was it took getting used to, but I got used to it, and I rock. But they couldn't give that to Johnny Blaze, really.
I mean, we could call it at that point you call it Ghost Driver.
Yeah, right. It's Ghost. What a wasted opportunity.
I mean, I don't know. Of course, I mean, okay. So, I mean, now I think it's just me being the watcher. I'm lone watcher in the stream. So I am.
You're the only watcher on the stream right now?
Yeah.
Everybody bounce.
They can't hang. It's all good.
Well, I mean, this is a 3-hour stream at this point with just
That's
drawing.
true.
No antics. Nobody's flashing any titty meat.
And
nobody yelling at people.
Yep. No.
I mean, if y'all want some, I could flash some titty meat.
No.
You want to flash some titty meat?
I'm set. Thanks.
No dick and fart jokes.
Yeah, no dick and fart jokes.
But no. It's so Ghost Rider. Like let's talk about the naming of these superheroes. I mean,
it's probably the worst Ghost Rider ever drawn.
It's not bad. I like it.
I did it in what? Less than an hour?
Something like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, something like that. Probably less.
My hands hurt.
I mean, but like naming him Ghost Rider. Like what about him is Ghost? I'm really trying to.
And put too much thought into it, man.
I know. And Iron Fist. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm gonna pluck that string because I feel like Iron Fist. Like there's nothing iron about his fist.
Oh, they just call him Glowing Fist. That's
more
accurate. Or
Fire
Fist, right?
Fire, exactly. Or
Fist.
Something. Anyway, I don't know.
The thing is, the naming conventions of this stuff. Remember, that's from another age.
That's true.
That's from another age. I mean, and those are the ones that survived. There are tons and tons of stuff that was just way too goofy, even for them back then, that didn't survive now. There's one called Speed Skater. Jack Kirby made that up. Rest in power to Jack Kirby. But he made one where this guy had roller skates on, and he would roller skate on dimensions, and he had an Olympic skier, right? This is stuff. There's one that was Polka Dot Man. Polka Dot Man actually survived to make it into a Suicide Squad movie.
Even though his backstory is never.
I'm shocked about that. I was
as far as I made it into that movie, like he was the one character that I wanted to really like. I wanted to know more about, but I had to turn that one off, man. I was like, as soon as oh man,
it was gratuitous.
Don't get me started, man. Like, and I'm talking about the Suicide Squad.
The recent one,
yeah. I mean, basically, once they were going through the camp and they were taking out all the people, and then come to realize, they were all good guys. I was like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out. Y'all can have this movie because I'm not. No.
And that's just moralistically. That's just morally.
Yeah. No, guys, I'm not going to draw anymore.
All right.
I'm done. So I'm gonna close
He's
this
like
stream
a
down.
We're not going to talk anymore. So we're
Yeah, this is it. This is done. It is almost 11 o'clock at night.
Thank you,
I'm
Luke.
gonna
Oh, you had
get
seven.
some
Oh,
ice cream, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna go to
man.
bed.
Well,
Yeah,
appreciate
I
it.
gotta take my pain pills.
Oh, no. Or, oh, yeah.
I'm feeling it.
yeah.
I'm
Well.
feeling it right now. But hey, thanks
Yeah,
for joining
man.
me tonight.
Fantastic.
Thanks
You
for coming and
three
talking. The
things,
conversation
bro.
was fun.
Appreciate it, Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. If you're on any social media platform, go ahead and share a link to this video, share a link to this platform. Let it grow. And what you need to do is, while you're catching this playback, you need to hit that super thanks. It's never too late to give this artist, what he's due. All right. So with that being said, throw it over to Luke Stone.
Thanks, guys. All right. Yeah. Be sure to check out both of these guys, Agent Zero.
And
Chrome
Pencil
Dog,
Pimp. Pencil
and,
Pimp.
Bro Tip. Pencil Pimp. Check him out. Make sure you get to follow their work. Great work. Great work. So make sure you're checking that out. And thanks again for joining us. And I will be uploading some new videos very soon about how to get started in doing comics. So
Yeah.
Can't
not
wait.
for everybody, but for a certain crowd. So thanks again, and we'll see you guys. See you guys later.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
Hamalana.
Why, Luke?
I
Why?
had to do it.
Not her again, Luke.
I can't help myself.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Bang!
There's only one thing I hate more than lying. Skim milk, which is water that's lying about being milk.